Hey everybody, welcome to Stock Sniper Trading. Thanks everyone for joining on this beautiful Friday afternoon. It's 11 a.m. Eastern, Friday, July 24th. Happy Good Friday to everybody. Juma Mubarak. Welcome everyone. Guys, this is going to be a awesome class if you're here to learn all about trading, but more importantly about scalping. So we're going to learn a lot of concepts, a lot of things all about trading, but very fast. So if you really want to learn all about trading, I highly recommend learning on the 1 minutes. I'm not necessarily saying to trade the 1 minute candles, but learn on the 1 minute candles because you're going to see a little bit of everything. You're going to go through a lot of repetitions. You're going to see a candle open up every single 60 seconds. You're going to see how these things create patterns, how they create wicks, how there can be fake outs, how you will see confirmations with retests. You'll see patterns developing. You'll start to see what are the development of a candle, how it can turn bearish and flip into a hammer. So you're going to learn all of the characteristics of price action, and it's up to you then to apply it onto what time frame you trade on. So if you're a 15-minute trader, stick with the 15-minute trading, but learn on the 1 minutes. If you're an hourly trader, you trade off of the hourly candles, then learn on the 1 minutes, but stick to your 1 hour candles for trading. If you're a swing trader, if you like trading the 4-hour candles, you can learn everything on the 1 minutes and go back to your 4-hour candles for taking trades and swing trading. So if we get enough love on today's call, I maybe want to do these type of 1 minute sessions every single Friday. And it's up to you guys. If you guys really want me to do this, we're going to need your engagement. We're going to need you guys to like the stream. We're going to need you guys to subscribe to the channel and things like that. If not, we'll just continue doing what we're doing. But I really do enjoy the art of scalping 1 minute candles. I really do enjoy the flexibility of looking for things really quickly, being in and out of the market fast. Yes, you do take losses, but from the most part, when you understand what you're doing, you can have profitable days, and you can learn this skill and do it anywhere around the world. So today, guys, I just want to put this out there from right now. Today is going to be an education class. We will go right into when we'll chart and we'll analyze, and maybe if we see a trade, obviously we're going to scalp. But the majority of today's call is learning all about 1 minute scalping, trading candlesticks, okay? And the psychology that goes behind it, I have a blog ready for us. The blog we might go through might take 15-20 minutes because I want to go through everything. I want to make sure you guys understand going in what we'll be doing on the charts. I don't want to just go to the charts right now and just jump into it. And I'm going to put this out there too. We're going to get people on YouTube spamming us saying, okay, buy, sell, go to gold, go do this, do that. Guys, please ignore them. If you're here to honestly learn and to take your trading to the next level, just pay attention to what I'm saying. If I have something really important, I will say, guys, let's pay attention to this because I know what's important in price action and I know what's important in the blog. So I will highlight those things. And we will get traders coming in and just harassing us to just trade or are we buying, are we selling while we're reading the blog? We'll ignore that, okay? So if you guys are here to learn, I'm here to teach, okay? And the title of this is the SST Ultimate 1 Minute Scalp Session. So we're going to learn everything about trading in today's call. We're going to go for about 2 hours. So I promise you, you're going to learn a lot. I'm going to also record this on when we get started. So when I get started on get through everything and we get in it, I'm going to record it because this is one of these classes that I'm going to upload onto our website because I don't know if it will stay on YouTube, because this will be a fantastic class for our snipers to really go back to this and really learn from this, okay? And if you're a beginner and today's your first day of trading or your first week, this is an excellent call for you. And if you've been trading for over 20 years, this is an excellent call for you as well, because there's going to be things I'm going to go over that maybe you've never heard of. You've heard me maybe talk about things in the past, but now I'm really going to dial down right into them, okay? And I want this quote, this saying right here, this slogan, I want this ingrained in your brain. I want you guys to understand that all candlesticks have the same characteristics, okay? So everyone's going to say, I don't scalp the 1 minute. 1 minute is too fast for me. I can't do this type of trading. That's fine. I'm not saying that you have to trade 1 minute candles, but everything that you're going to learn on today's call is these are 1 minute candles. This is a bullish ignited 1 minute candle right here at 10:57 a.m. Eastern, okay? That can be, if you're a swing trader, that could be a 4-hour bullish ignited candle. And then we're going to have to analyze this. We're going to have to figure out, is this a structural candle? Can we identify, is this a point of control? Things like that. This is what we're going to have to learn, because then you choose what style trading you do. And I promise you, everyone on this call, there's 118 of you guys on YouTube, and there's plenty of you guys on the Zoom, that all of us are going to learn something new today, okay? So let's get into this, and I'm not going to hit the record yet because I'm just going to go through some day-to-day stuff, and then when we get really started with the blog and go right into the charts, I will be recording it. And guys, we're not doing gold today, okay? So I just want to put this out there right now. I'm not looking at a gold chart. We're looking at US 30, okay? So when we're looking at the 1 minute candles, we're going to follow US 30. Reason being, because if we do go into scalping or trading it today, I just want everyone to not be paying commissions, okay? Because we might be looking for 10, 20 pip scalps, and that's in and out, pip and dip, okay? And I don't want you guys paying any commissions on that. We will do, if you guys want this regularly on Fridays, then we will. We'll do gold, and we'll scalp gold on the 1 minutes, and then at that time, I don't care. But today is more of a learning class, okay? If you don't feel like trading, don't trade. Learn, okay? Pay attention. Get a notebook out, get a pen and pencil, get your phone ready to take screenshots of anything that we do, and it's all for you guys, okay? So I hope you guys are excited. I'm very excited. You guys can see I'm pumped. I have an energy drink ready to go right here. So I have a lot of caffeine in me, and I want to get out of this. Look at this big bullish 1 minute candle. Right when I said that, when we're ready and we're pumped, there's a nice big bullish candle. That is a structural 1 minute candle right now. Okay, so see how the market is moving? We need to start learning what's going on right now, because we're missing out on making some easy pips right here. So let's get into this, okay? And I will come right back to the charts, but real quick, just our day-to-day news. Remember, it's Friday today, end of the week. We had a lot of flash manufacturing news coming out of the entire global world, starting in Europe. So France released their manufacturing and services. Germany released theirs. The Eurozone released theirs. The UK released theirs. Here over in the US, they released theirs at 9:45, okay? And President Trump speaks tonight. Look at this, guys. 8:55 on a Friday night. What is going on over here? President Trump speaks. Let's click on the folder, see what's going on. He's due to speak at the White House, okay? So this is pretty much something maybe important. I don't know. Donald Trump is speaking prime time on a Friday night. And listen, the markets are closed when he's speaking. So if you're considering taking an over weekend position today, and you're holding oil, you're holding gold, you're holding US 30, you're holding SpaceX, you're holding Mickey Mouse security, whatever it is, you never know how it's going to open up on Sunday night, Monday morning when the markets open up. So please be careful. This is when you have to understand. Right there, it's showing you there's going to be a high impact news event and President Trump is speaking. And you don't know what he's going to say. So this is where you got to use risk management if you're going to hold a position over the weekend, because you don't know the outcome. So keep that in mind if you are going to trade this afternoon and hold a position into the weekend. Okay, next week, guys, don't forget, Wednesday is FOMC right over here. Wednesday, 2 p.m. We're going to do a call from start at noon, and we're going to go till 3 p.m. So we're going to cover this entire session. So the federal funds rate is scheduled at 3.75%. You can see in the forecast, it's set to pause at 3.75. However, this can change. It can be an increase of 0.25% or a decrease. And we don't know, we no longer have Powell. It's now Kevin Warsh he's the new chairman, and he will be doing the press conference. Okay, so that's next week. Let's just move on to day-to-day news right now. SpaceX stock plunged 50% as the space sell-off finally hit. So remember what we were saying on the day one, we were scalping 1 minute candles when this thing IPO'd, and it was trading. And I said, guys, please don't FOMO buy, don't worry. There will be always a pullback opportunity. These IPOs are traditionally, they use retail traders like you and I as exit liquidity. These guys have got in, they're the early investors at pennies to the dollar. And when these things are trading at $225, think about how much profit they are in. They are looking for fish like us to sell at the highs, and we buy it, and we're now holding the bag. Like, look at what SpaceX is trading at right now. What is the price tag on it? It's down almost 5% today. Okay, it's almost down to $100. This thing was trading at $225, like at the all-time highs, just a couple months ago. Okay, so now you can look for opportunities to buy a discounted, if you believe in this. I believe it can even drop further. They're going to unload another 1 million shares because they're locked right now, and they're going to unload those. So there's going to be multiple opportunities, and it's not just on SpaceX, it's on all securities. Okay, so this is where you got to use your patience when you're trading or investing. Same thing with 1 minute candles. When we get to the 1 minutes, we're going to have to exercise patience and discipline, because they're going to throw 1 minutes at us every single 60 seconds, and we can basically trade every single one of those, but we want to look at the best quality ones with high probable setups. Okay, so SpaceX is in the news, down 5%. Trump's new tariffs are kicking in, hitting nearly all US imports. Okay, so that's happening. We're going through tariffs, tariffs again. We went through this earlier in the year, in March and April, and that's when the markets got rocked at that time. And now again, introducing global tariffs. Inflation fears fled back with oil at $100 and more tariffs. Okay, so get ready, guys. We're going to be paying more at the pumps. So this is why you want to learn how to scalp these 1 minute candles, because we can make some money quickly and go put some gas in the car. Okay, so we're going to learn all about these. And Trump says he's considering a massive attack on Iran. This can happen this weekend. This can happen in 5 minutes from now. He has a speech later tonight at 8:55 p.m. prime time. Maybe he's going to talk about this. Maybe he's going to address the American state as to what is going on. I don't know. It didn't schedule what it is. I'm just speculating, but it could be something. When it's prime time like that, it could be something serious to address the nation. Stocks wobble after tech rout as new Trump tariffs take effect. Oil sinks after hitting $100, but still set for weekly gain. So you have everything going on here, okay? So I'm not going to go through all of this news. These are articles. These are great to read in your free time while you're drinking your coffee in the morning. Pick something that you're interested in and read it and learn, guys. Trading and investing is a day-to-day learning process. You can learn for the rest of your life. You know, you should be a student to this game always. If you think you know it all, you don't know it all. I'll be the first one to tell you that. There's so much knowledge you can learn on a daily basis. Every 1 minute in the stock markets, you can literally learn something, okay? So that's our news. Guys, we have right over here this free Telegram channel pinned at the top of YouTube for you guys. I wish there was more viewers on today's call, because you guys, the 150 of you guys on YouTube, you guys are going to benefit when we get to the charts, and I really appreciate it that you guys are joining me on a Friday afternoon. But here's a blog. I hope I'm going to go over it, but I hope you guys can go over this again on the weekend and read this. Take your time reading it. I'm going to go through it, and it's detailed. It's long. I'm going to go into it, but I'm going to go through it fast so we can get to the charts. But I highly recommend that you spend maybe 20 minutes and go over this, because it's not just for scalping. It can be, you can use this mindset for any style trading. If you're struggling as a trader right now, read this blog. If you're doing amazing with your trading and you're continuing to compound your accounts and scale your accounts and you're doing fantastic in trading, read this blog. If you just need something to read this blog. I guarantee you this will change your mindset of trading. So I'll go through that with you guys, okay? And I'm not even going to look at the YouTube chat, because I'm not going to get distracted today. Today, I'm focused. Today, I'm Coach Ronnie. I'm not your Uncle Ronnie today. I'm Coach Ronnie. So I will be teaching guys today. And with 1 minute and price action, you're in good hands, because I taught myself how to trade these things all by myself. I can't say I learned this from somebody, because I can't. I would be lying to myself. So I feel very comfortable teaching 1 minute scalping price action. I feel very comfortable trading it live in front of you guys. I don't care about anything when I'm doing this, okay? Because this is full confidence. I can do this anywhere around the world. Give me a mobile, give me some Wi-Fi, and let's go around the world and trade around the world. I can do this one-on-one. If you want to trade with me, let's do this. Like, if you ever visit me, we'll pull out our mobiles and let's trade together, and we can teach ourselves this. So that's the beauty of this, and you guys are going to be doing this for the rest of your life as well when you learn this. Okay, some of you guys already got this down. You guys are already pros at this, but it just takes reps. You got to practice. You got to get more reps in. It's just like going to the gym. You can go to the gym, you can be healthy, you can do everything, but you got to keep going at it. You got to keep going at it. You got to keep those reps in. You got to keep working on this skill, this craft. So it becomes routine, and you can do this without even thinking. Okay. And that's where I'm going to get you guys at. Okay. So everything on the free Telegram is here. In here, okay? All of our live links and giveaways and everything that we do with Dave in the New York sessions, and before and afters of the trade ideas and signals and things like that, okay? And guys, over here on our website, if you need any type of education, there's tons of education. So guys, I'm going to be uploading today's session when we get it started. I'm going to record it, and it will be uploaded in one of these folders right over here. Maybe I'll start a new one. It will be dedicated to just 1 minute sessions, and we'll put it in there, and we'll start something new. I would like, guys, if you guys agree with me, to do 1 minute sessions every single Friday. And then when you guys know it's a Friday, we're on the 1 minutes. And we're scalping, we're trading. It won't be all education. Like, we're not going to start it off and just do blogs on it will go right to the charts. But today is our intro class. So that's why I want to take my time in doing a blog and continue to learn. And guys, it can be learning. Don't just think about it as just trading. We're trading 1 minute. We're learning. We're going to see more candlesticks. We're going to see more patterns. You're going to learn. You can ask more questions. This is how I learned. I learned on the 1 minute. I didn't learn on the daily candles. I didn't learn by watching 4-hour candles. I learned everything I know on the 1 minute. Then when I learned all that, I applied it to the hourly candles. I applied it to the 4-hour candles. I applied it to the daily. Then that's how I changed, and I can swing trade, and I can invest in the markets by learning everything on the 1 minute. That's what I'm trying to stress to you guys, is take your time to learn on the 1 minute, and then apply it later on to whatever time frame you feel that is best suited for you. Okay, so finally, guys, thank you to everyone that subscribed to the channel. We appreciate you guys. If you really want to learn all about 1 minute, subscribe to this channel. And please, guys, if you can hit the like on our call right now, it helps boost the channel, and then we can get more and more viewers and to learn more and more about the 1 minute session. So please, and if you guys like this video, then I know that you guys want to learn more about the 1 minute, and then I can do this for you guys every Friday. If I look at the end of the call and there's 200 people and there's 25 likes, then you guys are telling me that you don't want this. So that I learn from you guys, right? I need your feedback. It's up to you. And I can continue to do this. This is my passion. This is what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about the 1 minute candles. If you guys want this, oh my God, then I get really, really excited to teach this type of stuff. I don't like doing trade signals. I don't like just coming on these calls and are we buying, are we selling, are we buying, are we selling? I want to teach you the craft and the art of trading. And I want you guys to do this on your own, because I don't know how much longer I will be here with you guys on YouTube, okay? We've hit our milestone of 100,000 subscribers. We did this. It's great. My kids are happy, but I don't know. I'm getting old, guys. I'm almost 45 years old. I don't know how much longer I can continue to stream here on YouTube. I want to spend more time on the Zoom with the snipers and do more private things, and start to get like an investing group and start talking about SpaceX and things like that. That's my passion, but I'm still here with you guys on YouTube. I'm still doing this with you guys. So, and I don't intend to stop anytime soon, but if that day comes, I want you guys to learn this skill of trading. Okay. And finally, guys, we're going to go over a blog. Okay, so this is where I'm going to hit the record button, and we're going to get started on this blog right over here. And it's available to everybody on our website. Just go to the blogs and it's here. Okay, and this weekend we'll have another blog, but this one is for next Wednesday. Read this before next Wednesday. This is the FOMC week, what every trader needs to know. Okay, so make sure you know this, because next Wednesday is FOMC. You read this blog and you will remember those scenarios. So we'll see what scenario plays out. Okay, and we did this with NFP, and one of the scenarios played out. So be prepared for this. Okay, a trader that is successful is prepared for everything to come. A trader that's unsuccessful doesn't prepare themselves. They're guessing where the market can move. Okay, we don't guess here. Okay, so I'm going to go over this, guys. Just everyone on Zoom, welcome. Good afternoon. Welcome, guys. Justin, welcome, bro, and congratulations on all your success in trading, bro. Justin, I'm going to do the call with you and Joseph. And Kai, we're going to get on this. I've been really busy. I helped my neighbor with the patio stones, helping him. I saw the poor guy out there doing his driveway, so I helped him. And that was for like the week before Jamaica, and I helped him now. And we got that done, so thank God. And now I got some time to do some one-on-ones with you guys, okay? So I'll message you guys, and we're going to get that. The three of us will get on that call, okay? I promise you guys. Karina, welcome. Good day. Thank you for joining. Kira, welcome. How are you? Dennis, thank you for joining, brother. I appreciate you. Christoph, welcome. Thank you for joining. Joseph, let's do it every Friday. I'm down. I'm down to do it every Friday. That would be fantastic if we can do it. Moses, welcome. Kai, good afternoon. Welcome, guys. Okay. Country cousin, thank you. You're here with me. I'm here with you always, country. Welcome, guys. Okay, so I see a lot of you guys on Zoom are excited about the 1 minute sessions. I don't know about YouTube, but I know you guys are excited. So that's what I'm here for you guys. Then we can go private and do these things if you guys want, no worries. But I still want to include the guys on YouTube, but you guys got to be as excited as the guys on Zoom as well, okay? So welcome to everybody on YouTube. Let me start from the top. Who we got? We got Justin at the top. Welcome, brother. We got LAG Master. I don't know what that is, but welcome. It's Leg Master or LAG Master. I don't know, but welcome, sir. Thank you for joining. Ruza, thank you for joining. Hey, Ron, 4160 for XAU. I'm sorry, but we're not going to be looking at gold today. We're going to learn all about trading today. Then you can learn all about a 4160 on gold when we learn this craft of scalping and price action. Okay, guys? So welcome, everyone. And Tammy, thank you so much for moderating the chat. I appreciate you so much, Tammy. Thank you. But enjoy your Friday. You don't need to do this, but I appreciate you. So thank you, guys. Okay? And finally, if everyone can just hit that like and subscribe, let's go. I'm going to hit the record right now, and this is the recorded call that we're going to have. Right after this blog, we're going right into the charts, okay? And you're going to see how I do things. So get ready now, okay? This is where the magic begins. So let me just hit this record button so I do not forget this. Very, very, very important to have this video. This could be one of our SST master classes for education.
Recording in progress.
Okay, we are recording. So hopefully everyone can see this blog, okay? And you see we're not on the charts. So we're going to get started with a blog, an introduction, learning all about the ultimate guide to scalping 1 minute candles, okay? So just bear with me. Okay, if you want to trade, then go to another YouTube channel for now. If you're here to learn about trading, then let's pay attention right now. Okay. Everything every trader should know before trading the fastest time frame. Okay, 30 seconds to 1 minute is one of the fastest time frames to trade. You can do binary options and you can go even lower than that, but this is pretty much the fastest you can do is 1 minute scalping. Okay, so let's learn a little bit about this. Scalping the 1 minute chart is one of the most exciting and misunderstood styles of trading. Social media often portrays 1 minute scalping as a quick path to making money. You see traders posting screenshots of hundreds of pips or thousands of dollars earned in minutes, making it appear easy. The truth is very different, okay? The 1 minute time frame is one of the most difficult environments to trade consistently. And believe me on that. I've been doing this for over 20 years, and I can say this with straight facts that 1 minute time frame is the most difficult environment that it will present, but yet it can be very easy, okay? It's just the way how you go about it and how you look at it. Every candle forms very rapidly. Every 60 seconds, you're going to see a new candle form. Price can move violently, like you saw just right now, right before we started this call. Look at how violently the 1 minute candles moved at just 10:57 and going into 11 a.m. So they move very, very fast. Okay. And emotional decisions are punished almost instantly. This is where you have to have the proper mindset to trade these things, because you have to act and react very quickly. Okay. You need to make snappy decisions. You might have to cancel a trade within a couple minutes because you got in, but you don't like how it's going, so you got to get out. You cannot just sit and hold it and hope and pray for the best. You're scalping 1 minute candles, okay? So you're not looking to get into a 1 minute scalp and hold it till next Tuesday. You're looking to get out maybe in the next couple minutes in profit or in a stop loss, okay? And then you look for another scalp. Professional scalpers don't randomly, at SST, we teach that the 1 minute chart should simplify your entries, not control your entire analysis. Professional scalpers don't randomly buy or sell because a candle looks bullish, okay? You might just think that just because a candle opens bullish that you got to buy it, okay? It can get rejected if it's not doing its job and producing a new high, and then you're in drawdown, okay? So you got to really be selective with what you're doing here. Traders wait for price to reach important levels first. That's why we do a top-down analysis. We want to see the higher time frames. Then they allow the 1 minute chart to provide precise execution. That difference separates professionals from gamblers. And unfortunately, in today's trading world, we have a lot of gamblers, okay? And these are traders that do not do the analysis. They're not willing to learn how to trade. All they're doing is they're looking for the next best signal. They're bouncing from YouTube channel to YouTube channel, harassing the person who's doing going to their channel and harassing them to buy and sell. They're jumping from channel to channel. They're jumping from Discord to Discord. They're jumping from chart to chart. They're jumping from security to security, just looking for the next best gamble. Basically, it's like someone who's jumping from casino to casino looking to hit it big. That's not what we do here, okay? If that's what you're looking for, you're in the wrong Discord. You're in the wrong channel. This is not for you, okay? So thank you for joining, but go somewhere else, because this is where we want to learn about trading, okay? So we're going to learn about scalping. Scalping/trading, okay? Scalping is trading. It's just very, very fast, okay? So when I say the word scalping, we are trading, okay? So this could be what is scalping, this can be what is trading, this could be what is investing. It's all the same thing. The only thing you're changing is the time frame, right? We're just doing it very, very fast on the 1 minutes, okay? So scalping is a trading strategy where positions are opened and closed within seconds or minutes. Okay, not always, but for the most part. That's the duration of how long trades are held, okay? Unlike swing traders who may hold trades for days, scalpers are focused on capturing small movements repeatedly throughout the trading session. Typical trade duration. Scalpers can hold trades for up to 30 seconds, 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, occasionally 10 to 15 minutes if they're looking for a bigger move, or they caught a trend and the trend is moving in their direction and they're trailing their waning behind. They got a trailing stop loss and they've moved their stop loss to break even. Then they've moved their stop loss to maybe 20 pips in profit and they're getting the move. Then they're moving their trailing stop loss to maybe 50 pips in profit. And you can see that then the scalp is held for a duration of time, but they're constantly moving their TP down with it, okay, to capture the majority of the move. Instead of waiting for 200 to 300 pip moves like most intraday traders or swing traders, scalpers may only target 5 pips, 10 pips, 20 pips, and 30 pips. I want to repeat this, okay? So scalpers, like a 20 pip scalp is a phenomenal scalp. Maybe for some other trader, getting 20 pips is nothing because they're looking to catch a 200 pip move. But scalpers, this is what their mindset is. They're looking for these type of moves, 20 pips, and they look to scalp frequently throughout the market. So if they're looking for 5 high quality 20 pip setups, that's still 5 by 20 is 100 pips that they're capturing. They're just capturing more smaller moves than you capturing one large 100 pip move, okay? So that's the difference. If you want to scalp, you got to have this type of mentality. You're looking for these smaller pips. But when you get good at this, the reason why scalpers enjoy scalping is they look for small moves, but they use larger sizing. Okay. And I'm going to say this and be careful saying this because I know a lot of traders like to gamble and over leverage and go Lambo sizing. But I got to be truthful with how scalping works. Scalpers, including myself. So I'm speaking for myself now. I'm not speaking for anybody else. I'm speaking for myself. When I'm capturing a 20 pip move, I have a high probability I'm trading with a standard lot or bigger. So that 20 pips with a standard lot is equal to $200, right? It's like someone using a very, very small size and capturing a 200 pip move for $200. I'm just getting it faster and like within a candle, okay? Because some candles have, if you measure the volume, some candles trading gold and US 30, a 5-minute candle, 1-minute candle can be literally 50 pips. So, and I don't even need to be in for the entire close of that candle. I can capture my 10, 20 pips and pip and dip. That's where we got that name, pip and dip. You get in and you get out quickly, okay? So understand that. But when you're learning, if you're learning, don't just learn with large sizing because then your emotions are going to take over. If you go and draw down, you're going to panic. You got to know what you're doing, okay? So start small while you're learning. And as you get more experience and your capital grows and you compound your account, then definitely you can trade with larger sizing if you know how to handle it, okay? So this is 5 pips, 10 pips, 20 pips, 30 pips, depending on the instrument. Remember, gold trades different if you're scalping it. Oil trades different if you're scalping it. US 30 trades different if you're scalping it. And GBP, USD, and currency pairs are much different for scalping, okay? A 1-minute candle on GBP, USD might be 3 pips, 5 pips, and a 1-minute gold candle can be anywhere from 30 pips to 50 pips. So it's much different. Make sure you understand the security you are trading, okay? So the goal is consistency through repetition. You want to continue to repeat what you're doing over time, okay? Why do traders love the 1-minute chart? Many traders enjoy the 1-minute time frame because there's multiple opportunities throughout the entire day. So even if you make a mistake, there's another opportunity. You just got to be patient, okay? And you can do this in all markets. I can scalp the Tokyo market. I can scalp the London market, I can scalp Wall Street market, I can scalp COMEX, I can scalp right now, I can scalp FOMC, I can scalp NFP, I can scalp Power Hour, I can scalp anything, just like you can, okay? So you have multiple opportunities, okay? Instead of waiting hours for one setup, dozens may appear every session, okay? But that doesn't mean we just trade everything. You still got to look for high quality setups even as a scalper. You still have to wait patiently. You might have to wait 1 hour to take one scalp. That's how it could be, okay? Depending how the market is moving. Also, you get quick feedback. You know very quickly whether your trade idea was correct or it wasn't. So you learn, this is why you learn faster. And you're going to learn from your mistakes as long as you learn from them and you correct them quickly. As opposed to a trader who's waiting 3 days to take a swing trade and then they lose, then they got to learn from that and they've already lost half a week. Us, while we're scalping and learning, we can make mistakes, 10 mistakes in 1 day, but if we go back and we learn from it, we'll learn much faster than that other trader, okay? So that's why I highly recommend when you're learning how to scalp, you use a demo account because you're going to make multiple mistakes, but you want to learn from them. And then as you get the confidence, then you can start to use a real account, okay? Smaller stop losses, okay? I can't stress this enough. When you're scalping, you're not using a large 100, 200, 300 pip stop loss like swing traders. We're using smaller stops. We might even use a 20 to 30 pip stop or even smaller. You're looking for precise entries with minimal to zero drawdown, go into profit, bring your stop loss to break even right away. So a lot of scalpers or 1 minute, 2 minute traders have a lot of break evens. Okay. I'm going to say this. I am that guy. Okay. So someone will see me and say, Ron, if you look at my journal, they're going to see, holy shit, this guy's got a lot of BEs. He's got a lot of break evens. He's a shitty trader. But the truth of the matter is, I'm taking a trade and I'm protecting my capital because I don't want to encounter any losses. So if I go up 10, 15, 20 pips, my stop loss is automatically at a break even. And then the next 1 minute candle or within that candle can return back to my entry. And that's where it closes out as a break even. Because if I don't, that candle in 1 minute or the next candle can flip bearish. And then before I know it, I'm down 20 to 30 pips in drawdown. Okay. So I want to make this clear. A lot of scalpers have a lot of break evens and it's normal. That's normal. That's good. That's a good thing to have. Then I know that you're protecting your capital. I know that you're not allowing it to hit your stop loss. I know that you're a trader who's not stubborn or has an ego and just cannot understand that. And I don't get upset if I hit a break even. I don't. I consider a break even as a win because I'm not losing my money. At the end of the day, that's the most important thing in trading is preserving your capital, okay? Some of you guys will understand this. Some of you guys won't. I'm not here to make you guys understand this. You will learn this yourself as you learn the art of scalping. Then you will see why a scalper has a lot of break evens in trading. Because entries are more precise, stops can often remain relatively tight. More active trading, okay? Many traders enjoy the excitement of being involved in the market rather than waiting all day, okay? I'm that person. I have a difficult time waiting all day to take a trade. I like getting active. I like to get into the markets, hopefully hit some trades and get out and go on with my day. So scalping allows me that flexibility. The bigger misconception, one of the biggest mistakes beginners make is believing the 1 minute chart tells me where price is going. It doesn't. The 1 minute chart only shows order execution, short-term momentum, liquidity, immediate buying and selling pressure. That's what you get on the 1 minutes, okay? You're not going to get a trend direction. You're not going to get like the overall higher time frame move on the 1 minutes, okay? You got to stick to the higher time frames for that. That's why we conduct a top-down analysis and we work our way down from the highest time frame down to the lowest time frame, highlighting key areas and waiting for that 1 minute volume to enter in those locations, okay? And that's where we look to take those high probable setups. The real trend comes from higher time frames. Professionals always ask, where is the daily structure? What is the 4-hour trend? What is the 1-hour trend? Where is New York or London opening? Where are institutions likely interested? Only then do they move to the 1 minute chart. The multi-time frame approach. At SST, we believe higher time frame equals direction. Okay, if you want to, like I've even highlighted this, I've made it bold because this is important. The higher the time frame, that gives us the overall direction of the market or the trend. The lower time frame is where you look for precision entries. Do you guys understand this? This is where I want to make this right here, this clear. The higher time frame, for example, the daily, 4-hour, or hourly, that's much higher than the 1 minute time frames. So that is giving me the overall direction, the bias of the trend, okay? And then the lower time frame is where you take your entries on precision, okay? For example, you guys know how we do a top-down analysis. If you've been with us on our calls, we do a top-down every single day. So we start off on the daily, then we move down to either an hourly level, which is you can choose from the 4-hour or the 1-hour. I specifically myself, I go to the 1-hour, okay? And then you move into the minutes. Some traders move into the 30, 15 minute, but ultimately we want to get down to the 5 minute. Then finally, if you choose to scalp 1 minute, then you're moving down to the 1 minute level. So you see top down, daily, hourly, minutes, finally to the 1 minutes, okay? And this creates alignment. That's why someone asked me one time, Ron, why do you do a top-down analysis? Why is this important? Why don't we just start trading? Because we create alignment in our trading. So from the top down, right? Never allow the 1 minute chart to become your entire trading plan. Why the 1 minute chart is dangerous. The lower the time frame, the more noise exists, okay? So you're gonna see so many fake outs on the 1 minutes, and there's a lot of noise. So this is not suitable for those traders that cannot handle this type of noise, right? If you don't have discipline, then do not trade the 1 minute candles, okay? I'm saying this to everybody. If you don't have discipline, then you're going to make so much mistakes, and you're going to think that every single candle is an opportunity to trade, when in fact it is not, okay? So if you want to eliminate that noise, you move to a higher time frame, okay? And this is where you'll figure out what's best for you. That's why I enjoy, there's traders in our group who say, Ron, I tried to learn the 1 minute candles and I absolutely hate it. It's not for me. But I found my comfort zone by trading the 30-minute candles. And I say, perfect. That's exactly what you want. They say, I learned a lot on the 1 minutes, but it's not for me for trading. It's not my style. And I say, that's fine. I'm not forcing you to be this your style. Then you choose what's best for you. And they chose that 30 minutes is their comfort zone, and that's perfect for them. Okay. For me, my comfort zone is scalping 1 minute candles. That's my comfort zone. So everybody's different, right? But you can learn a lot on the 1 minutes, and you'll find out what's best for you. So you'll see fake breakouts on the 1 minutes. You will see liquidity grabs on the 1 minutes. You will see stop hunts and stop losses being taken out on the 1 minutes. You'll see random volatility at any time of the day on 1 minutes. You'll see news spikes on the 1 minutes, and you'll see algorithmic movement on the 1 minutes. Every candle feels important, but in fact, most aren't, okay? This is why beginners constantly overtrade, is because these principles. So make sure when you're learning anything about trading, doesn't have to be about scalping 1 minute candles, but anything about trading, make sure you understand market noise. Not every candle represents institutional buying or selling. Many candles are simply retail orders, profit taking, spread widening, liquidity matching, and market makers balancing inventory, okay? Professionals ignore most candles. They focus only on price reaching important areas, order blocks, fair value gaps, points of control, points of interest, okay? So you see where I'm going with this? Traders focus only on price reaching those important areas. That's why that top down is so important when you want to learn how to trade, right? The importance of key levels. The best scalpers spend far more time marking charts than entering trades. I'm going to repeat this again. The best scalpers spend far more time marking and analyzing charts than actually trading the charts, okay? That's why it's so important that you do a nice top-down analysis. Take your time with your analysis, and then you'll see how the trades will become that much easier. Guys, I'm going to repeat this for a third time because I know how important this is, and maybe it will hit home with somebody on this call. Okay, this doesn't even have to say scalpers. Remember, the best traders, the best swing traders, the best investors, the best anyone in the financial sector spend more time marking charts and analyzing than actually entering the trades, because they allow the volume to naturally come into those high probable zones, and that's where they take the trade. And for the most part, they can be very successful. And then you can learn consistency. You can learn discipline in your trading. Like if you practice this on the 1 minute, you can learn this concept that much faster. Then if you want to become an investor, right? Remember what I was saying. Do not buy SpaceX at the all-time high. Wait patiently. I know it's going to come back down to a point of control. And look at it now. It's down from $225 down to $100. Like, look at the discount now you're getting. And could you imagine you FOMO'd and you bought the IPO? and you're now in 50, 60, 70% in drawdown, that's what I mean. Just wait. And you can also do this on the 1 minutes as well. You got to be able to wait for the market to come to you on all time frames. And that will change right now. If you're struggling as a trader, right now you can fix it on this call and this weekend. Starting Monday morning, you can be a whole different trader. I swear to God on this. I'm not lying to you, but it has to start somewhere. You got to make this conclusion and say, I'm going to change the way how I'm sick of losing in these markets, and now is the day I'm going to change. Just mark up your charts and set alerts and wait for that volume to come to you. And then look to take a trade. But you have to have criteria behind that. Why are you taking that trade? Do you have all of your confirmations? Does it meet your requirements? Okay. Don't just trade that candle just because it came to that zone. Ron said, if it comes to that zone, I have to trade. No, I didn't say that. I said, when it comes to that zone, look for what's happening there. Are they grabbing liquidity? Is it a fake out? Do you see a double bottom being produced there? Do you see a bullish engulfing candle being produced there? Is it oversold? Is it overbought when it's coming down there? Is it a certain time of day? Is a new hourly candle opening up when it's coming down to that zone? Put these pieces of the puzzle together, and then it makes more and more and more sense. Then you're not just guessing. You've eliminated guessing now in trading. Now you're actually trading the way you should be, like a professional, okay? And I'm not saying like a professional retail trader. I'm saying that you're trading like a real professional banker. You're trading like a real institution. You're trading like a real corporation. You're trading like the way of trading should be done, okay? So examples include daily highs. Why do we mark daily highs when we're doing a top-down analysis? Because institutions often react here. Why do we mark daily lows? Liquidity frequently exists below lows. Why do we mark previous day highs? You know, when I always say mark a body where it opens and closes, any candle, even on 1 minute, even on a daily. Why do we do this? Because a previous day high is a major resistance zone. That's where there's a lot of offers in the market, okay? Previous day low. Why do we spend time marking these on our charts? Because that's a major support zone. There's a lot of buyers who could be accumulating at these levels. Weekly highs, institutional interest. Weekly lows, institutional interest, okay? How many times do we talk about these round numbers, psychological numbers? I talk about it every single time on these calls. Why does this happen every single day on all time frames and all securities? Tell me, you guys tell me. Why? Because we're trading an online auction, and a lot of these orders are situated at these psychological numbers, okay, for efficiency in the market. I'll do another crash course on efficiency in the markets. I don't have time on today's call to go into that, but trading at psychological numbers. For example, if gold is at 4,000, there's going to be a lot of orders there, as opposed to 4,006. They'll be all situated at 4,000. There'll be a lot of orders at 4,050. How do I know this? Because that's a psychological number, right? So that's those areas you got to target. You don't want to target trading at 4,036. You want to target trading at 4,050, okay? So examples right here. Gold, 4,000, 4,025, 4,050, etc. 4,075, 4,100, 4,125, 40, and this can be on any security. We can do it with Euro USD, 1.20, 1.30, put more emphasis on 1.50, right? And then we'll continue to go up the ladder, right? And more orders will be situated there, okay? Large players frequently defend psychological levels, okay? I'm not a large player, you're not a large player, but the market makers are large players. The institutions, the banks, those are the large players who we're trading against, and they frequently defend these psychological levels. So knowing that, that's where I want to be buying and selling off of these support and resistance zones, okay? So support and resistance, scalpers still rely heavily on traditional technical analysis. Important areas include previous consolidation, trendline breaks, swing highs, swing lows, supply zones, demand zones. Price rarely reacts randomly. So you've heard this word a lot, liquidity. What is this? I'm going to tell you, professional traders understand that markets move toward liquidity. So I say to you guys, liquidity is like a magnet where the market wants to move to. Why does it want to move to these liquidity zones? Because that's where all of the money is, right? That's where everyone's stop losses are. That's where a lot of pending orders are to buy or to sell. So the market wants to move. The market is very efficient and will move to these levels and grab that money. Okay, so does it always happen? Yes, the market always will move to where that liquidity is. It's our job to identify where these liquidity levels are in the market. Okay, so where does liquidity exist? It exists above highs, right? Stop losses are above highs. It's below lows. Why? Stop losses are below lows. Orders are waiting to get in on discount are below lows, right? Equal highs. How many times do we talk about equal highs and what equal highs are in the market? They're also known as tweezer top highs. There's liquidity above equal highs. There's liquidity below equal lows, tweezer bottom lows, right? Previous session highs, previous session lows. So that's why a daily analysis is very, very important, if not critical in your trading. A trader who doesn't do a top-down analysis, in my opinion, is not well informed as how the market could be moving. And if they just utilize a top-down analysis, could change their profitability in trading. Okay, because now they understand where the bigger liquidity is in the market. Okay. As opposed to someone who's just jumping in right now, going to the chart and not doing a top-down analysis. They have no idea where the liquidity is sitting. Where you and I, we map this out. And I'm going to get to the charts, guys, so bear with me. I know we've lost a lot of viewers, okay? And there's not a lot of viewers on today's call. So, and today is a gem of a session, okay? I wish someone went over this with me when I was learning how to trade. This would have saved me years and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars that I lost in the markets not knowing this stuff. So you guys on today's call are the lucky ones, okay? So I hope you guys really, really, really take from today's call and you study it this weekend and you apply it next week. And then next Friday, we'll get back into this and you'll probably tell me, Ron, I learned so much on this blog and on today's session that in 1 week, my trading has changed. And that's I pray for you guys that that's going to be for everybody here. But it takes time, okay? Don't rush this process, okay? So the best scalpers often wait for liquidity to be taken before entering. Not always, but for the most part. Understanding market sessions. So make sure you understand your sessions, okay? Every session behaves differently. The Asian session, Tokyo session, is usually slower, usually, not always. We're in a Donald Trump era right now, so usually slower. It usually has lower volatility. It's often range bound, and it's excellent for range traders or scalpers. So if the market is ranging, let's say a 50 pip zone, it's going up 50 pips, coming down 50 pips, up 50 pips, down 50 pips, up 50 pips. When you see that range, that's a scalper's paradise. That's where you buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell like a yo-yo. And where other traders are waiting for that entire accumulation to redistribute for 200, 300 pips, you and I we could literally get our daily goal by scalping that range. That's the beauty of learning how to scalp the markets, where another trader is waiting for that entire range to accumulate for multiple hours, then eventually redistribute. You and I are just scalping that like a yo-yo up and down, and we've hit our daily goal and we're done, right? That's the beauty of scalping. You can scalp when it's trending. You can scalp if the market is range bound. That's the difference between scalping and other style of trading, okay? But you have to be very disciplined with that approach. Then there's the London session. Some of you guys are trading the London session right now. Some of you guys are doing fantastic in the London session. The London session typically has the highest liquidity, has large institutional participation, has aggressive movement, and it's excellent for breakouts or breakout traders, okay? And there's breakout scalpers as well. You know, you got to use intuition. If you see it building up and it's building, you might have to take that impulse urge to take that scalp, and it could be a 20, 30, 40 pip breakout, and you're in the money with minimal to zero drawdown. Not always use this style of trading, always wait for confirmations. However, if you're trading a session that is known for breakouts, London session is the breakout session. Okay, then finally we get to the New York session. This is like the big daddy of all sessions. It's very volatile. New York is very volatile. It's not for some traders that don't have experience. New York can destroy you if you don't know what you're doing. Okay, there's a lot of economic news, US high impact news at this time. There's COMEX participation. So if you're trading gold, you guys know at 8:20 a.m. Eastern, the COMEX, the commodities exchange market, opens up. So that participates and adds volume and volatility into the markets. US institutions are active now. They're trading. It's not a US bank holiday, and we're not trading London. We're not trading Tokyo. Now the US institutions are active and trading. Okay. So this session, New York, Wall Street, is perfect for experienced scalpers. Okay. This is my favorite session to scalp. Anyone that asks me, Ron, what is the best time to scalp? If you scalp 1 minute, I'm going to say wholeheartedly it's Wall Street, because one 1 minute candle can be your daily goal. And if you don't believe me, demo it and try it. You will see for yourself how the 1 minute candles move, and just backtest Wall Street. Backtest from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. every single day, Monday to Friday, and you will see what type of pips are available to scalpers if you're experienced and you know what you're doing. Again, the word is experienced. Okay, so you have to know what you're doing. I would not suggest, if today's your first day trading, to go scalp to a Monday morning Wall Street. Learn slowly. Learn from Tokyo session. It's a slower market. Then move into London and move into New York. I've traded all of these sessions all of my life. I've traded Asian session for my entire life. While I was in school, I was coming home and I was trading the Asian session. I've done London session half of my life. When I got kids and things like that, when I was helping my wife when the kids were younger, the only session I could trade was London, and I hated it. I hate getting up at 2 a.m. Eastern and trading that half asleep, but it is what it is. I had to do it at that time, and I learned a lot about London. Will I ever go back to it? I could, no problem. Do I choose to? No, because it's not good sleeping patterns for me. My favorite session of all time here is New York session. Yours could be different depending where you live around the world, right? I live in Canada over here, so 9:30, 8 a.m., that's my morning. That's good. If you live in Europe, obviously you want to be trading your London session because that's your morning. Okay, so what else do we got? Why gold and US index are perfect for scalping. Okay, and when I say this why gold is perfect for scalping. Okay, gold can be very ruthless, but it makes big moves that scalpers do enjoy. Okay, gold XAU USD remains one of the world's favorite scalping markets. Reasons include high liquidity, excellent volatility, institutional participation, technical respect for levels, and clear reactions during COMEX hours. However, gold also punishes poor risk management faster than most markets. So what is the role of COMEX in trading? Many new traders overlook COMEX. COMEX is where gold futures are actively traded by institutions. When COMEX opens, volume increases dramatically. Volatility expands, large orders enter the market. This often creates the day's best scalping opportunities. There's news events that happen at this time. Never ignore your economic news. Important reports include CPI, PPI, NFP, FOMC we have next Wednesday. There's interest rate decisions. We have GDP, we have retail sales, we have jobless claims, and we have consumer confidence reports. During these releases, spreads widen, slippage increases, liquidity disappears. Unless experience, standing aside is often the safest decision. So what are the best indicators? Professional scalpers don't rely heavily on indicators. Okay, you can see sometimes scalpers just use straight price action, and they do not use indicators on their chart. Okay, you don't need to, but it's highly recommended that you apply indicators on your chart to help with confirmations. So instead of using indicators, scalpers, they prioritize price action. Okay, I always say price action is king in trading. Make sure that's your number one objective to learn in trading is price action, because it's real time and you can follow real time securities, how they're happening right away with no delay or no lag. Market structure, okay, support and resistance, liquidity levels, volume analysis, order flow, and bottom line risk management. Okay. Indicators are tools, not decision makers. Okay, so candlestick patterns that matter. This is when we get into the charts. We're going to see a lot of these. So examples include a bullish engulfing, that's strong buying, a bearish engulfing, that's strong selling. We're going to see pin bars. These are rejection candles, like a hammer or a shooting star. We're going to see doji spin top candles. This is indecision in the market. We're going to see morning star and evening star patterns. These are 3-bar patterns that could display a bullish or bearish reversal in the market, where markets are reversing or changing direction. Remember, patterns only matter when they appear at significant areas. So if you see a bullish engulfing candle in an area of consolidation, it doesn't mean much. We saw a lot of that on yesterday's call, where it was just bullish, bearish, and it wasn't really doing anything. It was just trading sideways for 90 minutes. It's different if we see a bullish engulfing pattern or a morning star pattern developed at a higher time frame area of support or point of control. That's more emphasis on that. Okay. Risk management. This is what keeps professional scalpers alive, is risk management. Golden rules. Never risk more than your trading plan allows. Hopefully some of you guys know this already. Okay. You guys are traders, so you should know this. You should be only risking a little amount, and if you lose it, your account is not blown up. Okay. You got to still be able to come back the next day to trade and learn from your losses. So accept losses quickly. Never revenge trade. Never average down. Always not average down is a DCA, dollar cost average down. If you're trading stock market, that's a different story. I'm talking about never average down in Forex, because it's just not the same. Okay. I'll explain this at a later time, but try not to average down in Forex. Always know your exit before entering. Protect capital first, and then profits come second. Psychology is a big factor in scalping. The biggest enemy of a scalper isn't the market, it's themselves. Common psychological mistakes. FOMO trading, fear of missing out. You got to get in, and you're going to miss the move. And a lot of times when you FOMO trade, you either buy or sell the highest points or the lowest points, and then that's when the market reverses and it puts you in drawdown. Okay, so try to the best part of your ability to not FOMO trade. Over trading, chasing candles, trading out of boredom. You know, you're watching a market for 1 hour and it's moving sideways, and now you only have 30 more minutes to trade, and you got to just trade for the sake of it. Now, I wouldn't recommend doing that. Okay, so don't just trade because you're bored. Then maybe that's just a day off of trading, and the next day you can look for your trades. Okay. Fear of missing moves, refusing to accept losses, and moving your stop loss. Discipline consistently outperforms excitement. So the trading journal, every professional scalper journals, every professional trader journals, every professional investor journals. So what they do is they record their entry position, their exit position, the reason being why they took that trade, the emotions involved in that trade. Maybe take a screenshot of it or copy the link so you can upload it to look at it, or review it. What was the time of day when you took that trade? Was there any news when you took that trade? What session was it? Did you make any mistakes that you can learn from? And what were the lessons learned? And that's what everyone should be doing, not just if you're a scalper, but if you do this quickly while you're scalping the markets, you're going to learn so much and correct these mistakes. Then when you go to trade the 15-minute, 30-minute, or 1-hour candles, you've learned everything and now you're ready to go. Okay. So patterns emerge surprisingly quickly. Building your scalping checklist. Before every trade, ask yourself, maybe everybody takes a screenshot of this, or highlight this, do what you got to do on this. But every trade you should ask yourself, and I'm saying every trade, not every scalp, every trade or every investment or every swing trade, whatever you do, what is the higher time frame trend? Is price at a significant level? Has liquidity been taken? What session am I trading? Is major news approaching? Is my risk defined? Does reward justify the risk of taking this trade? Am I trading patiently or I'm trading on emotions? Okay. And if several answers are no, then wait. Don't trade. When in doubt, wait it out. Okay. The markets will always provide another opportunity. This I didn't understand. I didn't understand this when I first started learning how to trade. I didn't understand that there was another day to trade. I didn't understand that there was another candle. I didn't understand that there was another opportunity. So that was where I failed, and I failed miserably. Then when I learned to wait And maybe if there's no trade in a day, then there's no trade in a day. That I didn't understand that concept. And when I figured that out, that's when I started to become that much better of a trader. Okay, because I stopped forcing trades that were not good trades. Right. I learned how to avoid those and look for better trades. Okay. Common beginner mistakes. You're trading every single candle. You're trading every single time frame. You're just trading everything. Okay. You're ignoring your higher time frames. You're using oversized positions. A lot of you guys are using oversized positions. How do I know this? Because I know when you're panicking. If you're ever panicked in a trade, you're oversized. That's a fact. Okay. Because if you're still in drawdown and you're using well within risk, why are you panicking? For what? There should be absolutely no reason that you're panicking. So if you're using oversized positions, you're probably panicking when you're in drawdown. So you have to eliminate that. Your common beginner mistakes is moving your stop loss. When it comes down to your stop loss, then you're saying, I'm going to give it another 30 pips to breathe. So I'm going to move my stop loss. Then when it gets down there, now you're in more drawdown. Then you're going to say, I'm going to give it 50 more pips because now it's coming down to a support level. And then the trend is bearish and it keeps going down and down and down. And before you know it, you've lost all of your weekly profits. So you got to understand, taking a loss is normal in trading. Accept it and learn from it. Chasing breakouts, ignoring news, over leveraging, trading without a plan, believing every step is the one. Every setup is the one. Professional traders avoid these habits, developing the sniper mindset. At SST, we don't believe in taking every trade. We believe in waiting for A+ setups, okay? And when we get to the charts, hopefully we'll see some A+ setups on the 1 minutes for the remaining hour we have on the call, okay? So think like a sniper. A sniper doesn't fire because they are bored. A sniper waits, observes, calculates, executes with precision. The same principle applies to trading. The fewer high-quality trades you take, the more consistent your results can become. So just some final thoughts on today's blog. Scalping the 1 minute chart is not about speed. It is about precision, patience, discipline, and preparation. The most successful scalpers aren't the traders who click the fastest. They aren't the ones who spend the most time They are the ones who spend the most time planning, identifying high probable levels, and waiting for the market to come to them. That's the reasoning going behind adding an alert or a signal to your chart. It's crucial. You know, if you're trading on that free platform that doesn't allow you to place signals, I highly recommend that you upgrade that platform, because adding a signal in these areas and waiting for it can be the game changer for you, okay? And it's well worth that investment if you really want to take your trading to the next level, okay? So remember these core principles. Higher timeframes determine direction. The 1 minute chart is for execution, not prediction. Protect your capital with disciplined risk management. Never trade from emotion or impulse, and journal every trade and continuously refine your process. Consistency isn't built from one big winning trade. It's built from hundreds of disciplined decisions made over time. At SST, our philosophy is simple. It's very simple here. If you're in a group, this is what we want you to do. We want you to trade less, wait more, execute with precision, and protect your capital, and then consistency follows discipline. And before you know it, you might turn your trading from unsuccessful to successful just by following these core principles and philosophy. Every candle is not an opportunity, but the right candle at the right level with the right confirmation can become the beginning of a professional trading career for you, okay? So, thank you guys. I know some of you guys fell asleep during that and some of you guys left. That's fine, okay? But for you guys that stuck with me on that blog, I hope that benefits. And I was reading the comments too on YouTube. Someone said, this is boring, I'm out, this is stupid, what is this? That's fine. We're not here to entertain you. We're here to help the traders that really want to learn. So I'm here for those guys. For those other guys that don't care, you're not my priority here. I don't really worry about you guys. I'm worried about the traders that want to learn how to do this and be successful in trading, okay? So my goal is for you guys. So now we're going to get into this. Here we go. So Remember this, all candlesticks that we're going to learn on the charts now have the same characteristics. Okay, so make sure you understand that. If you can take anything out of today's call, when you see this 1 minute candle, this 1 minute candle can be the same as an hourly candle. This can be a 4-hour candle. This can be a daily candle. Okay, so but we're going to learn fast now. Then you apply it to whatever style you're trading. Like right now, for example, we've got 1 minute consolidation right here. You can see it's consolidating. It's in a range, okay? You can see it's going down, back up, down, back up, down, back up, down, back up, down. This was like yesterday. Remember, we had 5 minute candles. Each one of these were 5 minutes where it came down. Then it came back up. Then it came down. Then it went back up. Then it went down. Then it came back up. So this can be daily. What if gold is trading like this, where 3 days it's going down, 2 days it's going back up. Next 2 days it's coming down. Next week it's going up. Then it's coming. Gold does this from time to time. Okay, so understand that now you're learning the characteristics of candlesticks and price action. Okay, so this is the 1 minutes. Everything looks beautiful, but I'm not starting my analysis or trading right now on the 1 minutes. Guys, I will be doing live trading. If there is a trade to take, I will take it. Again, if you're learning, please learn on a demo or utilize proper risk management. I can't control if you guys are going to over leverage. I can't control your spreads. I can't control your slippage. I'm not a broker. I can't control that. That's part of your learning how to trade the markets. I have a broker that allows me to scalp the markets on lower time frames. So if you don't have that, and you see, if I'm taking a sell and I say, guys, I'm already in 20 pips of profit, and you took the same sell and you say, I'm a break even or I'm in drawdown, that's got to do with you and your broker. That's on your execution speed. That's if there's a pause when you hit the sell button, there's a pause for 10 seconds and they don't fill you, right? So those things I can't control. I'm not here to help you with that. That's a business between you and your broker. Okay. So I can't help what happens on that. And scalping 1 minute candles, YouTube has a 10-20 second delay, right? Zoom has no delay. So if I say I'm buying here, and I say I'm already in profit in 30 seconds, which I could be, and then you're saying, what the hell, I didn't even hear. That's YouTube's situation. So I can't control that, guys. Okay. If we're trading live like face to face, oh man, I could teach you guys no problem how to do this in real life, like where there's no delay with Zoom or YouTube or shit like that. Okay, no interference like that. And guys, I encourage you to ask questions. Okay, so before I get started, I encourage you guys to all ask questions. Not what I'm doing this weekend, not why my hair is so nice, not why what gold is doing next week or where FOMC is going to go. If you have a question about what just happened, those are the questions that I entertain. Okay, and then we all learn from that. Otherwise, I'm not going to be looking at those silly questions. Okay, so now I'm starting top-down analysis. Look, I'm moving on the daily, and look at the security I'm on. I'm on US 30. Okay, I'm not on gold, and I'm not on oil, and I'm not on GBP USD. I'm looking at US 30, Dow Jones right now. If you guys like this type of calls, we can do this every single Friday, and then we can introduce gold again, and we can scalp gold on the 1 minutes. But today's call is, I just want to educate on US 30. It's more technical. It moves better as opposed, I don't want to go to gold and then it's whipsaw or something like that, okay? Which we have to learn as well, but we'll learn it on a different call. Today's focus is on US 30. I'm going to go for about 45 minutes to 1 hour, and then that's going to be today's call. So we will see a lot of candlesticks in the next hour, okay? But let's do a top down, okay? So first things first. This guy said he's going to trade 1 minute candles. Why is he on the daily? Because if you read that blog, what I just did, you know the importance of the top down, okay? There's our all-time high of US 30. There's our supply zone from the all-time high. You know, I'll teach you guys on the 1 minutes how it takes 2 candles to identify these levels, okay? Again, you're asking me why spreads are so high on US 30. That has to do with your broker, right? Not everyone has high spreads on US 30. Some of us have low spreads on it. Again, I just said that. You got to figure that out with your broker, okay? And that determines whether you want to scalp these markets. If you have a high spread, it's not suitable to scalp the markets. This is the education we have to understand before we scalp these markets, okay? Because you're that much behind than a scalper who has a lower spread, okay? Now, let's continue top down. So I can see it from the all-time high, came down, came back up. There's a wick, and a wick, and bodies right there. So I have a daily point of interest right here. I'm drawing a yellow line right there. And then look at the number, 52,710, around 700. There's a lot of resistance there. How do I know that? Because a body closed there, a body closed there, a body closed there. Then I just see an impulse, wick rejections. So sellers are still there from the all-time high, lowering it, dropping it. Here's another point of interest right here on the daily. Right there, body, and then you see now we've closed below it right here, and we're continuing to close below it and push down, okay? So right here, we've got a little bit of structure being built here. So you see the yellow line, and then there's a little gap there of bodies. Right here is where I kind of place a red zone, right there, because I can still see that the market is still holding down right there. So what we have is a lower high shoulder in the market where you see lower highs, and now pushing down. So yesterday we had a very bearish day in the market where it came down, created that low, and closed right there, okay? So let's see. Remember, the open, high, low, and close are very important on all candles. We'll also learn that on the 1 minutes when we get there. So there's the close of this daily candle. There's the open of today's, okay? So I always said, let's mark the previous day's low, right? Because that's where liquidity could be, just below that. So I'm marking yesterday's low right there. And then we can see yesterday's low is a tweezer equal low with this candle right over here. So then you see right below it, there's a body of volume right there. There's wicks. So that's where I establish another zone right there. And I make it green to illustrate that that's where the buyers were holding the market right there, okay? So you see how now I'm consolidating it more and more. Now we're going to follow this volume. So today we opened right here. We opened. It was initially bearish. We came down. We have a low of the day so far established. And we still have 4.5 hours before today's daily bar closes. So it could technically come all the way back down there and create a new low. High probability it's not going to do that because look at how much bullish volume we have right now, okay? So is it a higher low off of yesterday's low? Yes. Is it building from all the way here? Yes and yes. So overall weekly and monthly trend is still bullish. However, we have this downtrend coming down from the all-time high, okay? So we have a nice bullish candle coming all the way up. Is there another point of interest right here? Yes, there was a pivot point right here on Monday and Tuesday of this week. So let's highlight that with a point of interest, yellow line, right? Continuing to push up. Daily candle coming up. Look at the wick on today's candle right now. We are at the highest point right now as we're observing this. We're going to go into the 1 minutes. So this is going to get really interesting here. So we're at the highest point of the day right now, 52,138. Okay, we're only 10 pips away from it, but we have 4.5 hours. So we could continue to break and start to trade up into here. Okay, so you see this yellow line? I'm going to now just bring it down to this body right here. Most recent body right there. And you see how it cuts that red zone right in half. Okay, so I know the halfway point. I know the psychology of that. I know why it's important. Okay, so if we continue to push for a new high, we have a high probability we're going to trade at the bottom of the red zone, 52,166. If it continues to build up, we're going to come up to this yellow line, and that could be resistance where it gets a wick and goes back down. If it continues, it wants to come up to the opening price right up here. Okay, so you can see it's very, very strong and bullish today. Okay, but we're still trending down. Like the buyers still, this candle still has a job to do. It's got to engulf this entire black candle and fill that wick, right? This might close strong, and then maybe next week we got a reversal coming up. Who knows? Okay, so very strong on the daily. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to move into the hourly time frames. But before I do that, if we continue to break, I just want to highlight that wick right there, because that is the highest point of this big bearish engulfed candle that came all the way down yesterday, okay? So we want to highlight that area. Look at the psychology of the number, 52,350, okay? Now, I'm going down. I'm going to dissect today's. Now we're dissecting. We're going to dissect this daily candle into hourly. 1 hour increments now. Now look at how we were trading yesterday. The big bearish trend coming down, 7 a.m., 8 a.m. drop. It got a little wishy-washy all day, and then we started to come back up right here, 3 a.m., London. Big bullish candle. Did anybody cut that bullish candle in half? Did anybody just highlight the half point of that? Okay, if you did, just cut it in half. You figured out 50% of it. I use a white line, and it pushed up, and look, it retraced all the way back into it. It actually closed below and came down, but contested these levels. And then when did we come back up? There's Wall Street, 10 a.m., big push up. And look at it. Now we have another big hourly strong candle at 11 a.m. when we started the call. Is this a structural candle? It closed above this structure, but it didn't really get above here, where it's black, blue, and started down. Had we closed above here, that would have been a candle, definitely I'm figuring out the point of control of. But this is a great candle to cut in half just in itself. So let's do it properly now without guessing. Let's grab our fib retracement, opening price, closing price. It'll tell us exactly. Look at the 0.5, okay? Tell me if that's not a psychological number. You guys tell me, okay? Tell me, is the 50% exact of that 11A candle? Look at the number, 51,999.19 cents, okay? So we're right at 52,000 on the dot, okay? So this is a great zone. It's a psychological zone. See what I'm doing? I'm drawing the point of control. When I go backwards, I can see how it was trading in that zone right there, but it was red, then came down. Now we closed above it. So that's a green zone stretched across. Zones, zones, zones. That's what we're looking for. So you see, we have not retraced back down to this zone, but we might. So that's why I place an alert right there. And I wait for it to come down in there, because when it comes down in there, it's got a high probability it's going to bounce out of there and go back up. It might do double bottom bounce, then have a bigger move out of there. So that is a potential buy zone in here at the top of the green box, in the middle, or at the bottom. And this zone can be inverted as well, okay? It can close below, and then we invert it red as it's coming back up, then it's sellers. Then you can see we already have an established shoulder right there, right? And this is the head that's breaking out right now. So there's your left shoulder. Here's the head. If it comes back down and closes below, there's your right shoulder. There's your head and shoulder pattern and has a high probability of going down. But we have big, strong bullish volume that could not allow that to happen. And it's now loading up with pending buy orders as I'm speaking. Okay, so let's continue to follow this. That's what created the highest point of the day. We closed right there. So now on the hourly, here's my hourly close and my new hourly open at noon. It was initially bearish where it came down and stopped right there, but did not come in here. So it's a higher low, continuing to push back up to the open. So these hourly buyers have initially done their job. They've created a new high since we've been on this call together and doing this. And then now it's getting rejected and we still have this bullish volume. 35 minutes to go for this candle to close, which is a long time. When we get to the 1 minute, you're going to see a candle is going to close in 35 seconds. Okay, so now we got a job to do. We got to continue to break it down. But let's look at the overall pattern. Okay, so hourly is still technically bearish from up here. It came down and now it's coming back up with this leg. So it could come right into this bigger zone and go right back down, right? Because then this is still got structure right here. But if we close above this, we flip this big zone and then we're coming back up, okay? That could change over the weekend, right? Look at how they're going to close this bar out before the weekend. So hourly is strong right now. We have this uptrend, pullback, strong, continuing push. But look at this resistance point right here. This is where it couldn't break for 5 hours. These are hourly candles right here. 3 a.m. Thursday, London. 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m. For 5 hours, it was consolidating here before they redistributed it down. Now we're coming right back. When I look at a traffic zone, this is when I say the word traffic. This is a traffic zone, okay? See all of those candles, black, blue, black, blue, black. If you kind of box them in and stretch it into the future, you see we're trading right back in that zone right there. We're trading right back into it, okay? So we got to see if we can close above. If we retrace back into it, this is where those pending buy orders could be building up in here, okay? So let's continue going now, lower time frame. I'm going to go just to the 1 minute now, okay? We can go 15 minute, 5 minute, yes. What we normally do, this is what we normally do on these calls. We go to the 5 minutes, and then this is what we're watching. We're watching 5 minute price action, okay? So now we're going to go into 1 minutes. Okay, so you see the 1 minute candles now, and you see how I have some levels. I got some zones. I got some daily points of interest. I can see we're trading at the highest point of the day on the 1 minutes right now. I know that that white line right there is like an hourly support. This is that green hourly buy zone down in here, right at that 52,000 that I was talking about, okay? And then just below that, I've got a daily point of interest. Below that, another hourly. So you see, I have my chart set up to possibly trade off of. So we have a really strong 1 minute uptrend coming up now. Do we have 1 minute support? Yeah, you can see here's our 1 minute support levels right here. I'm going to use now my red kind of cut line that I normally do on the 5 minutes. Here's where our 1 minute support level is. Do we have a 1 minute supporting zone? Yeah, it's right here. If I draw a green box right here, that's my 1 minute supporting zone right now, holding right here. Okay, and so far we're trading now at the highest point of the day. So this is where we got to watch for to see what will happen here. Okay, some clues to see, is the market gonna reverse here? Is it going to come down? These are where 1 minute candles were barcoding. Here was 1 minute candle at 12:20, bullish. Next one was bearish. Look, closed right at where the last one opened. Then we opened bullish. Then two candles, two black ones came down the equal distance. Then we moved up and there was an impulse break and it closed right at our previous high here, okay? And now we're trading back in here. So this is now we are in a 1 minute consolidated zone right here. You can see, you can trap this volume. This is where we say trap the volume, okay? You can see we're in now a range where it's going up, down, up, down, up, down. If I want to scalp this range, I get my measuring tool and I measure it. So I know what is the distance from here to there. It is 16.25 pips, 16.25, okay? That's, so you know what I'm saying? A scalper is looking for 5 pips, 10 pips, 15. There is scalpers right now scalping this range, okay? Now, do we want to engage in that type of scalping? No, we want to look for quality setups. Do we see a pattern now that we recognize? I see something. Do you see one top? There's support, there's a double top, M, right? And it looks like there's a liquidity grab right there, that fake breakout. You know, when I say there's good setups right there, like an A+ setup, this is developing like an A+ setup to sell down right here, right? Look at it. It looks like an M, one top, come down. There was the second top with that liquidity grab, right? There was a fake out that grabbed some liquidity and brought it down. This is on the 1 minutes, mind you, okay? But if you see this type of pattern on an hourly or a daily, this is what we could be looking for. Now what's happening? It has not, the sellers have not done their job, closed it below here. Now it came back up, blue, blue, blue. Look, right into 50% of that black candle right there, right now. So we got to see if it will continue to hold 50% and push this thing down. If we get a blue candle coming back up, then we're still trading in this range where it's going blue, black, blue, black. See now the rejection. The candle just closed. See how they push that momentum down into the close? There again, it opened blue and just, this is an impulse break right now. So you see how it opened, came back up lower high and pushed down for that lower low. Now we're going to get a candle that is going to push down now, okay? These are those impulse moves, what I'm showing you, right? But if we're waiting for this confirmation of this bar to close, we have to wait 39 more seconds, right? So this thing is pushing down right now for 10 pips. If it gets down to that hourly, it's a 20 pip move, right? And there is that pattern that we recognize. See how I just taught this in a few minutes, right? This is the pattern I always tell you guys. This is the A+ setup to sell. Look at it, how it's playing out. I know someone's going to say, Ron, it's only 15 pips. It's fuck all. But this could be 150 pips. If this was an hourly, if this was a daily, this could be your daily goal. Look at that. Okay. What they're doing now is they're redistributing the volume down with that. Guys, do you guys see why I get fascinated by 1 minute learning? Look at this. This is like a structural candle now. It closed below all of that. So you got to grab your Fibonacci tool quickly and do this with me. open, close. Where's 50% of that? Okay, bring it down to the 0.5. You can now find a point of control zone off of that big bearish candle by doing the same thing, the 382-618. See how fast it's going? It came already in there while I'm speaking and already got initially rejected, came back down, but it's refueling itself. So we're going to see, will the buyers now come down and bring it right back up? Notice how, look at guys, it came down and closed. Look how it opened, ignited bullish open, okay? So you're seeing this. When I always say, guys, you understand the importance of a bullish ignited candle. You're seeing it right now. See how it opened right away, so strong, and it's coming out blue, 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 blue. That's why I say, guys, if you get that scalp coming down there, you got to be able to pip and dip and exit, because the next bar could come right back up. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? See why I got to drink a Monster energy drink? Because scalping and explaining this is very, very fast that a lot of traders do not understand. So that's why I'm saying to trade this live is very, very, very fast. And if you don't have the right spreads or executions, you'll get slipped up, okay? Now look at it. Is it still maintaining that point of control? Yes, that red box, okay? So guys, we're learning how to do this. You can do this on all time frames. Look at it now. Now we're kind of coming right back down. So the sellers, now we're barcoding black, blue, black. They got a job to do. They're continuing lower highs, coming down from that. There was that, take a screenshot of this, because this could be a pattern that you're going to see more often. And this is got to be a go-to pattern. It came up to the daily high, got rejected, came back down, liquidity grab. That was the fake out. I call this the FU candle. Sorry, guys, I don't want to swear here, but that is the FU candle that said to those buyers, FU, and see how they brought the market back down. Look at the next bar here at 1229, how it opened back up, right to 50% reject. Where did this, Justin, you're with me, bro. I know you're following me. What is this big bearish candle? What time did it come in at? What time? Someone tell me. Was it a higher time frame that this big bearish candle appeared at, or was it just some Mickey Mouse time? This is 12:30 exactly. This is representing the 30-minute time frame, the first 1 minute of it, and that's when they liquidated the market. Look at it. Now it's coming back down, and this is that M pattern. Now it could come back down and trade into where all the 1 minute support is. If you're a seller and you're selling the market, you need to know where the buyers are, because that's where you want to transact. That's where you want to close your position, right? And now this is moving down 40 pips. It could get in there and it's a 50 pip trade. And then if you had a stop loss like above that wick, you should be at a break even right now, or you should be scaling out some profit or bringing down your trailing stop loss with this. Do you guys have any questions about this? Someone's going to say, well, Ron, you didn't take the trade. Oh, this is bullshit. This is not true. That happened so fast while I was explaining this. Oh, man. And now, do I want to sell the bottom? No, because the sell was kind of right there, that impulse, or right here in that point of control zone. So there, I've just explained to you guys 10 different concepts in trading, all right now in the last 10 minutes. Like, we could close today's call and you've learned golden information just by this. You learned a double top with a liquidity grab is an A+ setup at where? The highest point of the day. That was the importance of that entire blog I just read, where guys fell asleep and left the call. Their loss, not mine. And it's their loss, not yours. You guys paid attention. Now, there was when I say there's a time and place when to take impulse trades. That there could have been that time and place to take the impulse trade. However, if you didn't, you watched the candle go down and closed right at 12:30. We measured it. Did we not measure it? We figured out that this was a structural bar. Why? Because it closed below my hourly white line. It closed below hourly support. What did I do while it was closing? I was already getting my Fibonacci tool from the open to the close, figuring out the point of control, cutting it in half. And then you see when that big blue engulfed candle came up, if you bought that, it was a nice buy. It came up like 20 pips, but look at what it did. It traded right into that point of control. The sellers who sold lowered their offers right there in the point of control, and they're controlling the market coming right back down. You could have sold right here and made 20 pips down. For example, like right here, there's 20 pips, 25, right? Now, when it gets into this green box, we have to know that there was buyers here, a wick there, a wick there, a wick there, and a wick here. So this is an area of demand on the 1 minutes, okay? And so we'll see how it reacts in here. If this selling pressure is strong, then maybe it should cut through here and close below. Then we'll flip this entire green zone red. And then maybe it's got further room to drop down into here. Where? 52,000 and 0.25 and a penny. That psychological level right there. However, it could be holding. Now, if you sold that, that was a fantastic 50 pips scalp. That's halfway to your daily goal. If your daily goal is 100 pips, like some traders, okay? Do you have any questions about this? This is why, guys, I'm fascinated learning 1 minute and teaching on 1 minute, because you can learn so much faster, but it's fast. Someone's probably not understanding what's going on here. And that's not my issue. My issue is articulating what is happening here and breaking it down in real time. And if you don't understand that, then that is on you. Now, do we see something else? While I'm sitting here talking, there's so much we're missing. Did anybody mark the close of the candle? Close, open. Look at the wicks. That was a blue, blue, blue candle. It came right to the opening balance. How many times do I stress that the opening balance is very, very strong? That was the opening of where these sellers sold that 1234 1 minute candle. And then look how they pushed it down. The next 1 minute open, blue, blue, blue. Those are equal highs. They did not allow it by one pipette to even go higher. So they're holding it down. Then it came back down and closed right here. And in this candle open, bearish ignited. Follow me, guys. You got to be fast with this. If you guys remember, this was a black, black, black candle. It tagged the green demand zone. And look at it now reversing as a bullish candle that's looking to take out these equal highs. There it is. There's the impulse break of that equal high. Now the buyers are doing their job. That may continue to fill it back up this wick and maybe see what will happen at this point of interest on the 1 minute. That's where that body closed, 1 minute open. But look at, where did this big bullish momentum come from? As soon as it tapped into this green zone, right? This can be on an hourly, 5 minute, 15 minute, or daily. But look at what I was saying. If you're a seller, you need to understand where your buyers are. That's why it's a good opportunity to close your position in a green zone. You're selling to the buyers. In order to realize profit, you got to know where the buyers are, because you're making a handshake, you're making a transaction, okay? Because this could reverse all the way back up. And I know you want more and you want more than 50 pips. Everyone wants 100 pips, but you have a block to break there. It's not easy. Now we'll see. Look at how it came right back up. Look, guys. Okay, I'm not making this up. This is live on the 1 minute. I can't make this up if I try to. Look at right there where that 1230 bar just then closed. Look at where the bullish ignited one opened. We closed below it. So that support is now the acting resistance. Look at how it just came in there. And that's where the offers were right there. You see how we're still trending down, and they protected it. And now they're pushing it right back down with a closed new low. So now we're trading in the zone right now. Okay. So if you even want to cut that bar, look, it's right near where these candles closed right now. So we're going to see if this will continue to hold. We may invert this zone. And then if you look at the 1230 candle, it's a big bearish candle. Look at it right here. Started 1230. We're watching it on the 1 minute breaking down. So now we're at a really critical level, because this was the previous 30-minute candle low at noon. And when we started the call, the previous 30-minute close at 11:30. So we could be coming all the way down. Look how much traffic there is to come down. This could continue to sell down right down to the top of our green zone at 52,000 and a quarter. You notice, guys, why I lose my voice on these calls? Look at where I just placed that red line, right? Cut it in half, and you see how it's blue, 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 and it's rejected right there. Guys, oh my God. Someone will say, Ron, how can you do this so with precision, okay? And I'm not saying this with ego. I'm saying because I've analyzed 1 minute candles for over 25 years. I didn't just start this 2.5 days ago or 2 hours ago. I've been watching this. I've been asking these same questions you probably have that you're asking in your head. I've been asking for over 25 years. How does it retrace exactly right when you cut a critical bar in half? I can't explain that. It's just how orders work in the markets. It's order flow. It's efficiency in the markets, guys. That's why you can learn everything by analyzing. Is this not a bearish ignited candle? Short wick, pop, firecracker dropping. I can see now 1 minute structure, how it was trading. Remember I said we're probably going to fall all the way down to 52,000 and a quarter? because that 30, like cut this black candle in half. Just grab this red tool right there, cut it in half. If it comes black out, blue, 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 we might retrace that. But now, is this the first bar that we've closed below this green zone? Yes. So this is now when you're flipping the green to red. You got to go through these every single day, whatever you're doing, okay? Go through these motions. Now, if it comes back up blue, 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 all of these offers at 12:30, whoever's selling this market could be putting more offers in this bigger zone, right? If the buyers manage to close it above here and we turn it green, we could buy it back up, right? Do you guys understand how that works? And now we caught a trend. We caught a downtrend. Look, and we caught it on this pattern. The M top with the liquidity grab. This is what I call an A+ setup. And look, when it retraces right back into 50%, it goes back down. Lower low, close, push down, come back up into here. This turns into a zone. Big bearish engulfing candle. Close right there. Cut it in half. We did. There was the wick. Continue push down. You're getting ignited bars coming down. Joseph, 50% of the next bar, holy hell. Yes, guys, that's why you want to understand why when you say, can this guy get 50 pips, 100 pips in an entire day by scalping? And some people don't believe me. This is like to show you guys. Look how it's getting rejected right at 50% still here, right? This is probably where the market wants to consolidate right here and here. If these bodies hold up here, we've found now a flag. Justin, you do it all the time, and that's why you're killing the markets right now, Justin. And anybody can do it. Like, it's not that difficult, guys. Santa Black, you got that at 50 pip win? Santa, you've been doing this system on gold the past 10 minutes and you're in profit. See what I mean? You can do it with any security. Let's take a look at gold on the 1 minute. Okay, here's gold on the 1 minute, right? Look, was that a structural bar? You know, like, did that candle close below all of this, right? Look, that was where the support was. That bar right there closed 1228 going into 1230. Look how it's continuing to push down, guys. Even that, look at, you can even find some fair value gaps. You see the big bar? Normally I'm cutting it in half, but there's a wick and a wick. So there's a little imbalance in that 1 minute bar. Right there. There's those wicks. This is what some traders are taught to identify, the wick and the wicks, right? I don't really go that method. I go with what I do. There's right there. You see that wick and that wick, that little bit of black volume that hasn't been transacted. That's what some traders call a little imbalance, right? Not a fair value gap, because you need 3 consecutive bars to be a fair value gap, but that's a little imbalance in the market that has not been transacted. So has a high probability if it's transacted in there, it'll go back down. It tried to come up, but look at the offers are there. They're pushing it down without coming into that. So they really want to push this down. Gold is selling off right now. See why the 1 minutes are like beautiful. You know what I mean? I love 1 minutes. Some people hate them. I love them, you know? And look at it, it's still going down. So this is where, you know, if we're looking to buy, remember this is our buy zone. This is higher time frame. Remember this one? This one was just on the 1 minute support. This is our hourly. That's why it's cut with that white line. Look at it, it's coming all the way down. iPad, you got 30 pips done out on a Friday. Good job. Okay, sorry guys, I'm gonna read the Zoom chat because I was analyzing that, and maybe you guys have some questions that I want to answer. iPad, first time following the 1 minutes. Weekly gold done on Friday. Good for you, bro. You might fall in love. You might be one of those traders that falls in love with 1 minute, and I hope you do, because these things are life changing. Boom. Red zone to green, gold done, not bad. The first day back. Boom, nice, boss. Joseph, so would you have scalped the box at the top? Yes, yeah, like, and it's also like, look, a double top in itself. Look, Joseph, it came up to that previous. All of this is the neckline, I say, or the support, that green zone we had, and then this you can see is like the second top, but the second top has an M top with a liquidity. So that's what I mean. We're adding but a confirmation on confirmation on top of confirmation. Those are, when you get that, it's a no-brainer. Like, you know what I mean? You don't need to second guess yourself. You just hit the sell button, right? But use proper risk management. This is what I strive to teach every day. These A+ setups, the liquidity grab, the M pattern. I put this arrow while this was happening to show you the direction. Someone's going to say, I know, I get this all the time. Ron, you didn't take the trade. You didn't say sell, so in fact, this didn't happen. I was talking so fast. That's why 1 minutes are so fast. I should have hit the sell button, and maybe that would have changed the aspect how you look at these things. But man, but right now, let's see. It could come all the way down to our green zone, and maybe we could look for a reversal buy. But remember, if we do that, it's short on the 1 minutes. The 30-minute is a huge bearish candle coming down. So even if we buy a couple minutes, it might go up 10, 20, 30 pips and then still come down with this higher time frame volume, okay? But this is the optimal area, like right here at 52,000. It's coming in here, okay? And look at, this is where we had bodies of 30 minutes. There was a body close, a wick, and a wick. There was a lot of trading that happened right here. I will make this specific zone so you'll see it within the green zone. Look at it right here. This zone right there. That's where those 30 minutes found a lot of support in this hourly zone. And when we look at the 1 minute, it's right here, this little green box. Who wants to do this on every single Friday? I do. I'm raising my hand. But I'll show you guys. I'm a numbers guy. There's 230 viewers on YouTube. Watch. I'm going to go to YouTube. If you like this type of analysis or trading or education, just hit the like button. It costs you nothing. I will show you guys, everybody, how nobody is interested in this. If everybody likes us, we should see at least 200 likes. Watch. I'm entering right now to see. The likes will tell us. We have 230 viewers, 130 likes. So you can see it's like just above 50%, right? Now we're coming right into this. Wow, we might even tick this white line, okay? And that's an hourly support. The 1 minute candles, now I know if you use this RSI, are oversold. So now we're approaching a hourly supporting area, okay? So this is where maybe if we want to entertain a buy, we could be looking to entertain a buy. But we got to look for confirmations. Like we got to look for a rejection candle, a wick off of it, a hammer candle closing. Maybe this is just the one bottom and then it will come down for a second bottom coming out of here. And if we're buying, we're counter trading, right? But we're now at a specific hourly supporting level, okay? And you see how I made that 30-minute zone red now? Because it was that green zone, but we closed below it, so it's still red. So now we're consolidating maybe right in here. Look how tight this zone can be. See how it's getting rejected? Still maybe wants to push down. Is anybody enjoying this? Okay, it's still rejected, pushing down. Okay, so this is strong. This is some selling pressure on a Friday. Okay, just because we identify these zones doesn't mean crystal clear we just buy. Right? I can still see it's a lower high and still pushing down. Now we got that lower low. So now we got to see it reject back up, maybe consolidate here. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is why I love scalping US 30, is because it's very, very technical. Simon, you're running 100 pips. Nice, man. When we started SST, Dave and I, the first 2 years, you can go watch 2 years back, we were scalping 1 minute lives every single day. It was our bread and butter. Okay, 5 minutes we introduced later on because 1 minutes were too fast. Traders didn't have the appropriate brokers and things like that. But to learn, this is the place. Now look at we got some fizzling off of volume. Look at, we got to have these indecision candles, right? So that's telling me that maybe the market it's trying to push down, but it can't find any participants down here. See now how it's rejecting back up? Okay, so let's see if the volume fizzles off here. Then sellers might get exhausted. Then the buyers will take back up, okay? Because maybe the sellers they've sold, like they've closed their positions. Now it might be a time for the market to reverse back up. How is the learning? How is the knowledge today? Okay, I promise you guys, if you learn this, you can trade for the rest of your life. But there's some traders, you guys understand on these calls when I'm getting into this, they're just saying buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. And I'm saying if you just spend some time learning this, you can buy and sell for the rest of your life. You don't need someone to tell you. You can do it yourself. Can you do this with crypto? Yes, you can do this with any security. I can look at soybeans right now and I can trade soybeans. I love the mangoes in Jamaica. I want to buy and sell right now. I want to buy mangoes. If mangoes were on a chart, I would be buying the 1 minute mangoes right now. I love the Jamaican mangoes. Okay, now we have a bullish candle being produced right at this white line. Notice how we found support right at 50% of this hourly zone. Is it just by coincidence that this is happening? No, this is an hourly level. Moses, mangoes are so healthy. I know, but they're so bad here in Canada. We don't get them fresh like that. Okay, so now we're building something. There is a bullish engulfed candle, okay? Context. It was created at the hourly support. This wasn't just created so far in Mickey Mouse land. It was created at the hourly. But see when it pushed right back up, the 30-minute, that red zone is still pushing down. Now, see, the selling pressure is still strong. We don't buy that until we have confirmations. So now it's coming right back down. So we got to see, is it building now off the bottom? Look at these wicks. This is when I love zooming in, okay? Is it higher high? Do we have equal lows? Do we have a, look, there's a equal, okay? So our lowest point right where they broke was right there, okay? But now let's see if we can build off of it, okay? This is where we got to see if we're building support, if we're building the depth of market here. Okay, otherwise it's still going to trend down. These sellers are still doing their job, pushing down. They might create there. They've done their job. They created a new low in the market. Now we got to see. Here's the close. 1 second, close below. So this line, in fact, is going to be resistance now. Look at support, resistance. Watch. If it gets rejected, look, low wick, it's going to push for a new low. There it is. Okay, see how it got rejected real quickly off of that red line? It's fast, but if this was 5 minutes, that's what you're looking for. That type of learning how that initial support, just with that little tiny bit of black volume close below, that's how it made that support line initial resistance, okay? Look at it, still holding as the resistance, and we're closing in 30 seconds. Look at this, look at this. See, if you got caught buying, you got trapped and you're in drawdown now. But it was building, it was building. I was telling you, I was looking to potentially buy myself, but it didn't close strong. I didn't want to buy just on impulse, right? As soon as it came up in there, why do you guys think I made this red zone? Where do you think I got this from? I went to the 30 minutes, guys. I explained it to you. If anyone is paying attention, that's what I did. I saw the body, I saw a wick and a wick. Remember, that was a green zone. Do you guys remember? Rewind this video if you guys don't believe me. I do everything in real time, and it goes over a lot of people's head because it's so fast and it's hard. Remember, I made this a green zone and I stretched it and said, are we going to find support right here? Look. When we went into the 1 minutes, it closed below this candle right here, 1247. That's when I made that green zone red, and that's where the 1 minute, look, rejected, 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 coming down. Now we just tapped the bottom of the green zone, 51,975. That's the absolute bottom of this depth of market in this block. Holy shit. Like, if we gain support right there and coming back in, this could be like a master class of analysis. Oh my God. Oh my, I hope it is, because I want to send this call to all brokers and to show what the snipers have learned, because prop firms are going to start shitting their pantses now. Like, if this holds up right here to the tick, I'm scared for what's coming. You guys are going to deplete these brokers and prop firms from taking all their money. Guys, I guarantee you this call is going to get deleted off of YouTube, or we're going to get flagged. Watch. Watch and see. Watch and see. Watch if my internet cuts off in the next 5 minutes. I wouldn't be surprised. Tell me, who else is doing this? And I want to watch their stream. If they're doing it, I want to learn how they're doing it. Is anybody doing this? And if they are they doing it as accurate and as concise as I am? with the education of a blog, and then bringing it in, and we will trade. I just want you to get a feel of this. I just want you to get a feel. We can do this next Friday. We can do this every day. If you guys want to do this Monday to Friday, I don't care. I don't care. This is what I love, okay? I love this way more than 5 minutes. I just slow the time frame down for you guys. But for me, I love this. Just fascinating, guys. One day, just smoke a joint and just eat some mangoes and get some jerk chicken, sit back, relax, and just watch the 1 minute candles. Do not trade them, just watch them. Do a top-down analysis and set your alerts and just watch what the 1 minute candles do at your levels that you identify. You will amaze yourself. You will literally amaze yourself, okay? Now look, we're building. So far it's building right off the bottom. We got a higher low. Will it stay consistent and build higher lows? We've got some bodies of points of interest on the 1 minute. Close, open. Is it still holding here? Okay. We're watching a masterclass of price action. Not me. I'm not making the price action. We're watching a masterclass of US 30, how it's reacting at these levels that we analyzed. To a T. There it is. Look, we found, now that's a V bottom. Excuse me, look, I'm losing my voice. It's a V bottom. That's our V bottom recovery. Where? Ask yourself, where did Ron get this green zone? Go back and watch this call. I didn't just make this or guess this green zone, okay? Look at it. It could be the absolute bottom. Now we're reversing back up. Now I say we got to find where the neckline is. Because we know that the sellers are going to push this back down, another leg down. But will it hold here? Will it hold here a higher low? Will it be a double bottom? Will it be a liquidity grab, like another A+ setup at the bottom to buy? All of these things to factor in. But look at now how it's a beautiful, like maybe someone bought this so far. Who knows? Maybe someone did. But look at how it's developing. Absolute bottom, higher low, points of interest, holding, wick, close, strong. No, this is, guys, let me break this down. This is a candle that closed with no wick at the absolute highest point. We almost had an ignited open, just that 1 second of a wick, and then it popped and filled. Look at, now we close back above that red zone, okay? So now you flip that red zone green. Now we're going to see if it acts as support here. If the 30-minute candle is developed a wick and ready to flip, look, the 30-minute candle came all the way inside. Look, this was a black 30-minute candle, came at the absolute bottom of our zone, and look at the rejection. Oh my God, we only have 200 viewers on today's call. If we had 500 or 1,000, I'm so disappointed with the viewership. Maybe, oh my God. And then when you look at the 5 minutes, look at the 5 minutes. They came all the way down right into that zone, and then look at it, boom, like an explosion, rocket right out of there. But we witnessed it on the 1 minutes, okay? So you see, guys, that's why it's nice to have an alert at the highest point of the day, have an alert in here. You could have potentially bought that move. You know, you didn't buy this garbage. You didn't buy that candle. You didn't buy inside here. Because if you did, you were in drawdown. If you did, you were in drawdown. If you did, you were in drawdown. If you over leveraged, you blew up your account. And look at patient, disciplined traders with proper risk management. They're banging trade after trade after trade, right? Guys, and watch, it's going to turn into 1 p.m. in the next 30 seconds, okay? So we're going to see. Now momentum switch at 1 p.m. Is it going to be the next black leg coming down, or are we going to hold support to take it back up? Guys, please leave us a like on today's call. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed yet. Man, if we can get the likes up, and it would be nice to do this every single day. Okay, here we go. Going into 1, okay? So ask yourself, how did this candle open and not fill that wick? Seller said, we're coming down. Now it's coming down here. Here's 1 o'clock, right at that green level again. So will we see buyers, or will they close it below? Then we're going to push down 1 more leg down. So now it's holding. Okay, and this is now how a new hourly candle opens up, and you're watching the first minute of the open. There's still, look at the clock, 40 seconds to go. Okay, if we take a trade, obviously you got to take a look at your spreads, right? US 30. I have a fixed spread of 1.2 always on US 30. Okay, going to my 1 minutes. Make sure I was scalping earlier on Wall Street. I'm not going to lie to you guys. So I'm going to change my lot size. I don't want to trade with this lot size that I was trading earlier. Ron made some mango money today. I'm going to go to the finest grocery store and buy the best mangoes money can buy today. How much is a quality price for a mango? What would you say? $2 a mango? $3 a mango? I'm going to go all out. I'm going to buy 10 mangoes today. 30 pips, $1 a pip. There's $30. I can buy 10 mangoes. Right? Pips for mangoes. Look at now the leg coming down. When did it start? Oh, Costco mangoes. Oh, man, Justin, they're so good there. Yep, I'm going to go get those big Costco mangoes. Okay, look, guys. Okay, so that's look at bearish candle coming down, came back in. We closed below. So that green zone, again, that 30-minute zone is red, right? Look at now we might literally see a double bottom. See how it forms, guys? Look. Okay, we came down, absolute bottom, came back up. There's the neckline. When I always talk about, there's the pivot point. Now we came back down, but look, it came down there, maybe a higher low. They pinned it. So this could be a hammer candle coming back up, close, retest this, and then maybe have another breakout up to there. However, look at the red zone, how it's still holding here. Raul, you didn't expect to be so precise. I'm telling you, man, 1 minute candles analysis can change your mindset of how you go about trading. Okay. Remember, if you didn't even take a trade, I'm not asking you, did anyone scalp? Did anyone take a trade? I'm not worried about that. I know you have the rest of the life to trade and scalp or trade 5 minutes, 15-minute candles hourly. I'm more intrigued. Did you guys understand why the top-down analysis showed us everything that we needed to see here, right? We didn't just guess these zones. You guys know when we started the call. That's why, guys, I get frustrated when we start the call and when we're starting a top down, everyone's just saying, are we buying? Are we selling? Are we buying? Are we selling? If you give me 5 minutes, I'll tell us where we could potentially be buying or selling. Let me do the zones for us. Let me do the analysis. Just learn. Right? You'll get, look at it. So it came back up. The sellers are still there, closed it back below. So maybe we might actually see it. Maybe this is, in fact, real selling pressure coming in on a Friday afternoon and will push this thing down. So if there's any hope of saving this, the buyers we should see coming in very, very soon, like above this wick, right at these points of interest, double bottom, or a liquidity grab. If it's going to continue to break, black, then we have a daily point of interest. This yellow line, we didn't just pick this out of a hat. This is an important yellow line, right? So the sellers are still doing their job. But this is now the neckline, right? When I always say a neckline, that's the pivot point. Now you're looking at how a W pattern develops, right? Man, this was an awesome call. I know it took a while because when we started with the blog was intense. But everything I talked about, please read this blog over later tonight, tomorrow morning, Sunday morning, before you do your top-down analysis to get ready for next week, read this blog. If everyone can read this blog, I guarantee you all of us are going to be different traders come Monday morning. We are going to be different traders. I pray that I knew that today was going to be a masterclass. I knew it. Ms. Jones, I talked to her and I said, please give us beautiful educational price action so that the snipers can learn today. I didn't want to learn in a choppy environment. That's why I specifically chose US 30 today. Okay. Could we have done gold? Yes, we could have, like we normally do. But and gold cooperated as well. 1 minute, guys. That's why sometimes I love it. Sometimes you just look at the 5 minutes. You look at the 5 minutes. Sometimes you go to the hourly, see how hourly candles are moving. But then you go to the 1 minutes, and then sometimes they're so clean. I don't know how to explain it, but they just move so clean. Tammy, you're going to rewatch this video and take notes. Tammy, you're going to be the best sniper. You already are, but this video could really take it to the next level. So now look at, they're building a higher low at the white line again. The white line. See, notice I never talked about this call about static lines, static locations. That's why when I'm trading, guys, by myself, I don't do a top down every single day, delete everything. I keep all of my structure and then I just come back. And then I see, like if it comes back later on here, I have an alert here. It might bounce off there, it might come up. And then I just flip the zones. I look at how the volume is moving. Is it above or below or anything like that? So that's what I look for, guys. I don't just delete this after the call and do another top down for myself every single day. If I'm trading by myself, I do one on Sunday, a thorough one, and I get all levels and I leave it all week. And I just set alerts and I allow the volume to come to me. That's what I mean. You can be patient. You can wait. You can do your other things. You can go about. You can be working. You can be with the kids. You can you can be watching a movie. You could be working on another monitor if you work at home. And just let the price action do its thing. And look at this. Now we might see a liquidity grab. Look, let's watch this bar close. 30 seconds to go. Look at this. Okay, so it's continued to come down. It took out the liquidity, right? We know that there's liquidity down there. How do we know that? Because this is right below an hourly zone. So they've taken it out, but let's see how it will close. Will it close back in here or will it close below? If it closes back below here, this entire green zone will turn red for the time being. Okay, look at it now. Did we get a solid rejection? Where is it closing? Is it going to close back above that point of interest? Wow. Okay, so it closed still inside the green zone off of that wick. So coming in here. So the sellers now have a job to do. They got to come all the way back down that wick and create a new low. If the buyers step in, they'll create a higher low and come back into the green zone. So that's what we got to see. This is where we could start to see a higher low performing, or this is literally the market is turning very bearish Friday afternoon. Okay, so far we have a higher low. Now they got to come back up all that black volume, flip the candle wick, and then it will turn into a hammer and come back in and trade right at that point of interest, which is now that red line is still resistance. Okay, so this is maybe where we're getting the actual double bottom. Look, if there's one bottom, there's the neckline. Here we're now at the second bottom, and we're looking for a move like that. But if this bar closes below here or closes with a new low, it's still got room to push down. Okay, look at now. Context. How did it close? It closed right at the low. We just opened bullish ignited. It came up where? To 50% and still got rejected at the 50%. Okay, so we're still using the 50% principle. So it came right in there, continuing to push down. Guys, this is now, okay, what holds higher context? A 5-minute zone, an hourly zone, or a daily point of interest? The yellow line is daily, okay? So these 1-minute candles are severely oversold. They were oversold there. That's where it came up. Then it's coming back down to oversold. This is where we might see bullish divergence, okay? Stay with me. Stay with me. You guys have heard of that word, bullish divergence. Okay, if the price is coming lower and lower, the strength may be increasing right above a daily point of interest. Okay, so this is where bigger buyers now are coming in the market. These are not scalpers on the 1 minute. These are not hourly traders or 5-minute intraday traders. These could be daily traders now. If you look at the daily chart again, if we go to daily, where's this yellow line come from? It came from right here, from Monday's close and Tuesday's open. We could be coming right back down to trade to 51,915, okay? And today was a big bullish candle, and now they've exhausted it. But right there could be a daily supporting level to hold this buying volume up. And it's coming down on the 1 minutes, potentially. Okay, now we've got, what do we have? Equal lows. Okay, so remember I tell you, equal lows are different than any other sort of low. They're equal. What it's telling me is the market is not allowing it to go down any further, right? It's not allowing for a new lower low. So that's telling me that there is some sort of support being created there momentarily. Will it hold up? That's the question. The question is, will it continue to hold up? That's a bearish ignited bar. It could easily break. There's the break. Why? Because it opens so strong, okay? And there was a new low, so they broke those equal lows, so we still have further room to drop down. Okay, so it could technically, we're not too far away from that daily level. Okay, I have a lot of arrows on here. I'm going to get rid of a lot of the arrows. Okay, I want you guys to stay focused here. I'm going to get rid of this green box, remember, is now red. Okay, the hourly zone, we're trading below it now. So you see how I have a lot of red on my chart. That was that like kind of 30-minute level. I can eliminate that, but it's still useful on the 1 minutes. It's still there. Now we're trading back down here. So can we come and trade back inside here? And then if we do, we still have a double bottom in place, but this is a bigger grab of liquidity. Let me show you. Down, up, second bottom would be right here and go back up. So all of this that's happening is grabbing liquidity down here. Okay, some liquidity grabs are not, a lot of traders just think that it's just a candle that comes down and with a wick and goes up. Yes, but sometimes it's like this type of recovery. It's trading momentarily down here for 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, 6 minutes, 7 minutes. So if you look on the 5 minutes, you see now the 5-minute candles are creating some support. Okay, coming right back up. This candle is closing in 30 seconds. Did now we officially find strong support, grabbing liquidity, coming back in. Raphael, I could do anything at this point. You're going to smoke a good one? Good. Smoke one for me too. Sometimes the best way to analyze these candles is to smoke a joint, if it's legal in your country. I live in Canada. It's legal for me. Wow, Ash Wanek, $1.5 for 1 kilogram mangoes in India. I'm coming to India right now. Have 5 kilos of mangoes ready for me. Okay, so we got a little something developing. Bullish divergence, okay? Let me show you this bullish divergence. See how the strength is increasing right there, while the price was continuing to push down to a higher time frame level, that yellow line there, just above it. See how the strength is increasing while the price came down. That's bullish divergence. It's just this like another signal. It's just like another indicator letting us know that maybe potentially we should see something reversing. See how it's coming right back up to the red zone there and getting rejected. So here, are we going to build a nice little double bottom or some sort of support? See this nice bullish candle? If we even cut that bullish candle in half, if it comes down black, we want to see, will we gain support off of 50% of that bullish candle? Okay, so I say rejection, rejection, and another rejection. So now it comes down. Let's see what will happen at if it gets down to 50% or a little higher. So it's got a higher low. Oh, I didn't even add indicators, guys. Okay. So, I got so into this, I didn't even add indicators. That's what I was saying on the blog. Some price action traders do not use like indicators. I didn't even add a 9 EMA. Normally I add the 9 EMA. There's the 9 EMA on the 1 minutes. The 200 EMA is right there on right at the hourly. We had a bearish crossover right at the hourly. Now look at, we've got our 200 EMA right at our hourly white line, right at 52,000. And then if you want to add your bigger, higher time frame daily bar, you can, when you're trading the 1 minutes, you can have it on the daily, you could have it on the hourly, you could have it on the 30-minute, you could have it on the 50-minute, even the 5-minute. The 5-minute candle, if I put it on the 5-minute candle, is also a higher time frame. So I can put the 5-minute candle right beside me while I'm scalping 1-minute candles. Just go right up here, 5 minutes. Okay. Now look it. I have a new, in this, it's a 114. So I know in this 38 seconds, this 1-minute candle is going to close and a new 5-minute candle is going to open. Okay. So I can see now how the 5-minute candle looks right now. This is what created all of this. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles creates one 5-minute candle. It's the bottom so far on that 1-minute bullish divergence. No indicators, just brain. Yeah, you don't need indicators. I'm not like some traders just believe in indicators. I do not. Guys, I'm very honest with you guys. I tell you, when I'm trading by myself, I do not place indicators on my chart. I told you, price action, real time, top-down analysis is all you need. However, some traders need indicators. That's fine. I'm not knocking them. I'm just saying they lag. Like, see, look at, by the time we closed above the green EMA, we found support down here, okay, just above the daily point of interest. Okay. Remember, here's where some traders use the crossover, the bearish crossover to sell. They could have sold right here. That's where the 9 crosses below the 200, but we established the sell right here. right? When we started the call, I told you there was the A+ setup. Selling right there, 52,125 is a lot better than selling at right here at 52,000. That's 125 pips by following price action than just following a crossover on an indicator. See, you're 125 pips behind where the real sell took place up here. Okay. Guys, I have 5 more minutes on our call. I was itching to take a trade, but I don't want to rush a trade or anything like that. But I hope for the sake of all of us, we only had 225 viewers. If everyone can just please leave a like on YouTube, as long as we can get at least 200 likes, that would mean a lot to me. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Dave and I and SST really do appreciate it. We come out here to really teach, educate, trade with you guys, show you the real aspects of trading, not just show you lifestyle, not just show you cars and vacations and mangoes, but we really show you guys the art of trading. And hopefully we can back it. So we give you a nice educational blog where we get started. We want to learn theory, and then we can go right to the charts and get practical with it. So that's how I learned. That's how I got good at trading, and that's how I teach. If it's not your style that you like, then find someone else to help you out, okay? I'm trying my best here, and this is the way how I do it. I like to do it with theory first, so you understand the concepts, and then we can come in, and then I can show you everything in real time, how it's actually happening. Then when you know this, you can go back to that blog and read up a little bit about it, okay? So thank you, guys. I hope everyone on a Friday, this is the best time to learn this, because on the weekend, if you're going to do some studying, this is available. But do some back testing yourself. Do some learning yourself. Figure that you can do this with any security, right? You don't have to do this with US30. You can do this with GBP USD. GBP USD, last time I checked, has trades on 1 minute candles. Gold does, oil does, NASDAQ does, Amazon does, Apple does, Nvidia does, anything that's on a chart. And when you learn this, this could have been, for example, a 4-hour. This could have been a 4-hour candle. That's the next 4-hour. Now we found maybe a daily bottom, and now the 4-hour candles are coming up. So this is how you could look for a swing trade, right? If it came down and you saw the 4-hour candles had bullish divergence, and maybe we're at a monthly support, a higher time frame. If I'm a swing trader, I would be starting my top down from monthly, weekly, daily, and trading the 4-hour candles. I'm a scalper, so I like starting daily, hourly, right down to the 1 minutes, right? You got to go to your specific time frame, specific to your trading, right? But guys, leave me a comment on the YouTube video. Leave me a comment in the chat. Let me know what you learned from this, what you took, what you need me to help you out with more. Because if you guys enjoy this, let's do this regularly on a Friday. And then we don't always have to start it off with a blog. We can get right into a top down like we normally do. And then we're on the 1 minutes, right? But you guys also have to have, if you want to actually live trade, you got to have a broker that is willing to give you fills, but you could also use pending orders. You don't have to use market executions like me. You can sit and wait at these levels and get executed with a limit order at your desired level. That minimizes the slippage, gets you filled. The reason why I choose and love scalping US30 is how technical it moves. And also, guys, I'm going to be honest, I do not pay commissions when I scalp US30. And if I'm taking, I'll be honest with you, 5, 10, 15 scalps a day on US30, I pay 0 commissions. If I do the same with gold, I pay commissions. So every standard lot that I use with gold is $4.50 with my broker. If I take 10 trades, it's $45 going into the broker's pocket and out of my pocket, where I could do the same thing with US30 and save those $45. And with that money saved, I go buy 10 mangoes right now at Costco. And that's how you become smart with trading. Don't give brokers your money. For what? when there's other nice securities to trade. And look at the red zone. That's that red 30-minute zone. This is where we just got to pause in the market right here, okay? So what I'm doing is I'm going to set an alert right here. If it comes back down here later this afternoon, I might be looking to scalp the second bottom down here on US 30. I'm going to put an alert up here at this neckline, because if I know it's gathering all of this liquidity down here, I'm setting an alert up here. I'll get rid of this red zone so you can see where my alerts are. I'm setting, let me just clean up my chart, show you what I'm looking for here. So I have an alert down here. If it comes back down, I'm watching to see, will it tag that daily level, come back up, or continue selling? I have an alert up here because I know this is where the neckline is. If it comes back up and closes above here, I could go and buys and take it right back up to where this initial move started. And then now it's coming right back up, maybe to the daily high and breaking out, and then it's reversing for a Friday afternoon. Don't forget, guys, Donald Trump is speaking later tonight at 8:55 p.m. I have no idea what he's speaking about, but on a Friday night, could be addressing the nation. Who knows? He's intensifying war. He's saying that maybe this weekend he's going to go all in on a war. So oil prices are going to go up. Gold will be volatile. Crypto will be volatile. Tech has earnings all this week and next week. Next week, Wednesday is FOMC. It's interesting times to be a trader. So I hope you guys learned from the 1 minutes, and you guys are the lucky ones. A lot of traders, when I was reading the blog, they left us, said this is pointless, this is useless. Look at what they missed out on. So guys, I hope you guys learned from this, took something from this. I hope I at least got to one of you guys to understand how price action can change you as a trader and teach you how to really trade these markets, okay? So this is a nice sell setup too. It broke that red level, closed below, and opened black, and could be coming right back down. So thank you, guys. I appreciate all of you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Have a fantastic weekend. Stay safe. Eat lots of mangoes. And I'll see you guys Monday. We're starting early. Monday morning is an early AM session. So 6:30 AM Monday. Have your top down ready and be ready to hit the markets with us on Monday morning. And guys, we're going to do a crash course, 2-day crash course. I've decided now, either on 1 minute, 2-day crash course where we can get into this. We can do this on multiple securities, and I can teach you, and you can open up and ask questions. Also, we wanted to do one on strategies on trading gold and learning more about that. So it'll be like a 2-day crash course. We'll include it free with a membership at SST, and we'll also give you 50% off. So it's a way of Dave and I giving back so that we can educate you guys as well. Everyone at SST in the lifetime and premium plans, you guys are included, okay? So that's the benefits of being with us on SST. If you're with us, you're with us. You know, you're included in everything we do. And this will be, or it is recorded, it will be uploaded to the website. I don't know if it will stay up on YouTube, but it will be available on our website. So this one will be detailed 1 minute masterclass in trading. So guys, have a great weekend. Thank you guys. We'll see you guys Monday morning, 6:30. Thank you guys. If you can kindly leave a like on the session and subscribe to the channel, we do appreciate it. And have a good weekend. And that's why I love 1 minute candles. They are beautiful. They're beautiful. These things tell you a lot. So you see what I mean? See how much we learned in a short duration of time. If we were just watching 5 minute candles, we wouldn't have seen all of this. So this is how you can learn very, very fast. That was a good sell setup. Like, this is what you look for, like something like this. I know I didn't take it. Someone's going to say, Ron, you didn't take it. You're full of shit. It came up there. Impulse came in, and the red zone is still holding right there. Sell. Even a small stop loss just above the red zone, you're risking 10 pips. You know, even if you're above that wick, look at it, you're in profit. Then you would go to a break even, and you could scale out right now. You could pip and dip this entire trade, or you could take out partials, or you could just be at a break even holding. That dropped 30 pips. See what I mean? How many pips? If you add up like the moves, this entire move was like 500 pips. Just on this, what we saw, the big drop, this pull back up, the bigger drop, this pull up, that drop right there. You add up these. That's what I'm saying to you guys. Scalpers can get 100 pips, no problem. And some traders have a hard time believing that. We just picked a random time on a Friday to scalp, and you see what it presented us. Imagine in Wall Street, in London, in when Tokyo session starts, futures market opens, how 1 minute trading is, okay? And yes, you're going to take losses, but you don't have, if you took that, your stop loss is not like up here. Like this is what I mean with scalping, okay? If you took that sell, your stop loss shouldn't be all the way up here, right? Your stop loss is very, very, very tight because you're looking at the precision of the candles. You're seeing that impulse close below, it retested right there, short wick, sell. You could even, sometimes I have just, that's it. I'm right into profit. Sometimes you guys see the trade goes 10, 20 pips right into profit. You could go right directly to a break even. See now, if you didn't do anything at 30 pips, it comes right back up, hits your break even. If you still don't have a break even, now they could close above here and start coming up here, and then you encounter a 30, 50, 70 pip loss. So if you scalped 3 trades for 25 pips and you got 75 and you don't follow your risk management, then that one trade goes against you. You've eliminated those 3 good trades. That's why you got to be very smart with and responsible. That's why pip and dip is the best mentality, because it came down nicely 30 pips. And if you want it to come down there and you want it to come down there, it didn't do that. That's the scalper's mindset. It's different from many other traders. Guys, if this closes above, you flip that zone, you see how it's building, then we measure a move. If it moves up, it wants to move up to fill back up to those bodies. That's 20 pips. If it breaks a high, 25. If it continues, will it go all the way to the red box? No, because you've got some resistance right behind here. There's a wick, a wick, a wick, and bodies there. So you can see how the structure on the 1 minutes has been already developed. So you can see your zones, your scalp zones. That's why I measure everything. If it's going to go from this red line to that red line, I measure it, right? So I know exactly what I'm getting. There's no guesswork involved. So did that candle close? Yes. Red to green now. Zones change, right? You can wait for a pullback entry, but it's bullish ignited, could continue pop. Maybe we'll get up there, and then that could be the resistance that pushes it back down. But man, 1 minute candles are so clean right now. Maybe I'll get off this call and take a couple of scalps privately. I'm just joking. I love you guys. Have a good day. We'll see you guys. Thank you. That's it. I'm out. No more talking. And it's approaching 1:30, so be careful trading this afternoon. We'll see you guys next week. Have a good day, guys. Justin, take care. Dennis, Moses, Sang, have a good day, guys. Kai, iPhone, Max Van CGO. I don't know if that's your name or the name of your phone. iPhone 16. Simon, have a great day. Joseph, we'll see you. Krina, take care, guys. Have a good day. Enjoy your weekend, everyone. Everyone on YouTube, thank you, guys. We'll see you guys. To those that left, you missed out on an amazing call. Should we delete it off YouTube and just post it on our website? No, I'll keep it up for the weekend, guys. Enjoy it, okay? See you guys. Great call. Thank you, guys. Armand, take care. Jack Jones, take care, guys. Alisa, Ditanamid. Tong Tong. Have a good day, guys. Ditanamid. Juma Mubarak. Tony Gold, have a great day, boss. Ethan, thank you, bro. Have a good weekend. See you guys.